Let's see. It says that we are live. We good?
Yeah, we in. We live.
All right. You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. Good morning, everyone. As you know, we lost a great. We will be addressing that during this show. I'm Kaden, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It's Trill Dollar Bill.
And this is G.
And it's the TBE, baby. What's going on, people? We live.
Everyone. So at this point, we'll just take some time to acknowledge everyone. We see Arlette in the building. Shout out to the boxing sis.
What up, sis?
Kendall Charles in the building. Soul Tello presents.
Of course, Gordon's there. What's up, Gordon?
Shout out to the homie Gordon.
You know what I mean? Beebs.
Beebs in the building. I heard Beebs working on some heat. I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it. I got a little snippet. Might be a future intro. You never know. Stay tuned.
Slow Tello presents what's popping. You know. Fire coming soon.
Marcus Davison, what's going on? 100% salute to the legend.
So y'all want to get started?
All right, it's time to get started. So, G, man, take us in. The first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is the reaction to Jessica McCaskill versus Cecilia Braekhus. I think that's how you say it.
I thought it was Braekhus.
Nah, the announcer said it like that. So, and I'm assuming the announcer's saying it right. So, you know, but yeah, what was your reaction to the fight? Do you think the right person won? How'd you score it? Just whatever you have to say. And you know, I got to turn it over to Trill Dollar Bill.
Okay. Shout out to Jessica McCaskill and Romas, the ref. They did a good job last night. You know, they fought a good fight. Seemed like they wanted it more. You know, Cecilia didn't. She seemed like she got old last night. Right, I think she got old last night, and maybe Abel is not the right fit for her. And I don't think Abel was telling her the things that she needed to do to win that fight. It seemed like he was trying to holler at her more than anything. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm sorry.
Trill moment.
He was talking to her. She's getting beat. She's getting hit. And all right, now you looking good. Okay. Hey, listen, you trying to pat her back. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to pat her back, you know? It just seemed like the young lady, Jessica, wanted more. Her technique was sloppy. She was wild and everything, but she was coming forward. You know? She was coming forward and she was pressing the action. I'm not mad that she won. Cecilia, man, if it's not broke, you know what I'm saying? Don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you sitting there, you got a perfect car. Ain't nothing wrong with the car. You say, you know what I'm gonna do? You ain't never worked on a car in your life. I'm gonna replace the engine. Ain't nothing wrong with the engine. Why are you replacing the engine? You know what I'm saying? You probably just needed a paint job. You want to replace the whole engine. If it's not broke, why fix it? You left your trainer to get with Abel, and it hasn't paid off.
I'm a just add an ad lib for you, bro. I'm gonna throw you an alley real quick. It was pettiness. It was petty because Jonathan Banks took on Triple G. he didn't have enough time for Cecilia, or he wasn't giving her the time that she was accustomed to. So then she went to Abel, which is the trainer that Triple G just left. So you're on to something, bro. But it didn't need, the car didn't need anything, and then she left. So it's back to you.
Yeah, it definitely was. And you know what? The pettiness came to bite her. Pettiness came back to bite her. You know what I'm saying? So everybody out there, when you want to be petty, you gotta just think of the consequences. There's always consequences to being petty. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel about that. I think it's, she had a great career. She just made a bad business decision, and unfortunately, that cost her her undefeated streak, and and that first lady title. That's what it cost her, being petty. So yeah, shout out to the young lady. Stay away from Katie. It was a good fight.
Speaking of petty, before I throw it to you, Slippery G, there's this video. If you should check it out on YouTube. This guy goes to like buy something. He throws the money at the cashier.
Yeah,
the cashier takes it, throws the money back at him. The money falls on the floor. Then the dude looks on the floor, grabs a soda, points at the money on the floor. It's like a petty like exchange. It's just hilarious. Yo, G. So
yeah. All right. I don't want to go on a little rant here, but I kind of got an issue with this fight in particular. Usually 2-minute rounds do not bother me when it comes to women boxing. But this was an example of you need 3-minute rounds. And the reason why is McCaskill reminds me of Sean Porter, right? And I'm not saying, Sean Porter's built to do that for all 12 rounds for all 3 minutes each round. McCaskill's doing that strategy because she knows I got 2 minutes and I need to do something. I'm just going to start wailing, windmill punches, just constant movement, moving forward. So it looks like, she's providing the activity, right? So when I was like looking at the fight, I was like, damn, I don't really like that style of fighting. But when you compare her to what I'm gonna say Braekhus, please forgive me. That's just how I say her name. When you compare that to Braekhus's performance, Braekhus wasn't really doing much. Braekhus could have easily have kept the distance so she could, tee off on her. She would just stay planted and then get bear hugged. And then, like she's holding constantly. So it was like, I felt the ref. Like, I thought the ref would kind of force her with the point deduction. But, she was holding. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, just step back, swing. Step back, swing. The girl's just going to come forward. You just step back. She wasn't necessarily doing that. And so, and I like Abel Sanchez. I do. You know what I mean? But I don't think their chemistry actually works. So I actually agree with Trill on that. Like, maybe she should get another trainer. But this is what I honestly do think. This is my conspiracy back. That last fight, when she retired, when she said, I'm done, I want out, I think the judges remembered that. You know what I mean? Because one judge, I think, gave all 10 rounds to McCaskill, and I was like, all right, come on, son, stop it. You know what I mean? Like, every round, that was a force. But I think they're like, you're done. You know what I'm saying? I think, like, they were just saying, like, hey, get out of the way. You know what I mean? But then at the end, she was like, hey, move up to 147 and I'll fight you. I don't want to see a third fight, man, to be honest. So, salute to both ladies. Well, always like salute before I say something negative. Nah, but I actually do like both ladies. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just hope that McCaskill gets that fight with Katie, again, and because then at least I'm just curious to see if McCaskill could actually pull that off, that same strategy. To yeah, exactly. I know she can't, but then it'll be a good example for Braekhus. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, use your legs. You know what I'm saying? I understand you want to use your hands, but sometimes you got to use other things too to win the fight. And I just feel like Braekhus just wasn't doing that, man. But salute to both ladies.
All right, Ned, did you watch the fight?
Yeah, I caught it. What I say is, I agree with my co-host completely. I feel Cecilia didn't do enough to win the fight, or she didn't come to win. Like, she had that retirement energy. Like, she got back in the ring just to get beat up or to collect a check. And for me, I wasn't impressed with what she came back from retirement with. It was like this is not it. This is if you're gonna come out of if you saying you want to come back and get your belts, you should have came back different, reinvent yourself, found a muse, something to motivate you to get back in the ring. But last night, Jessica wanted to fight more. Sorry about that. She wanted to fight more, and she showed it. So she was leading. She was the aggressive fighter. I know, G, you said that she it was the Sean Porter style, but Cecilia didn't do anything to combat that, to negate it, to slow it down, or anything. It was for most of the rounds. It was just Jessica throwing haymakers, going at her. And for me, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them choosing the winner because I didn't see anything impressive.
I just wanted to add, I see in the comment section, everybody keep bringing up the fact that Katie beat McCaskill in 2017. Shout out to Rebecca for that. We know this. We just mentioned it because they was talking about that fight happening last night.
That's why I said rematch.
Yeah.
I literally said rematch. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why Katie Taylor is going to move up. They want to have Katie Taylor move up to fight her and maybe grab those undisputed so she can get that in 2 weight classes.
Also, that's 2017. McCaskill has improved since then.
Yeah.
And she's not the same fighter. I'd still pick Katie to beat her again, but she's a different fighter. She's a champion now. And there's a saying that when people become a champion, they become better fighters. So for a lot of people, that's true because it inspires them, it encourages them, and then they have something that they don't want to give up. And plus, when you're a champion, you know that you're going to get everyone's best shot. Now, going back to this fight, for starters, it was everything I predicted it would be. It was Jessica McCaskill coming out with the rushing Sean Porter style, like throwing all types of punches because she gets to do that for 2 minutes. Then she gets to rest for a minute. Then she gets to come back out and wing all those punches. However, for me, I thought Cecilia, I used to say Braekhus, but the announcer said Braekhus. So now Cecilia Braekhus, I thought she won the fight. I scored the fight. So I disagree with people saying that she lost the fight. I scored it 96-93 for Cecilia. And the reason why I scored it that way is because maybe I'm a dinosaur. You know, the world's changing, the world's evolving. Maybe the sport of boxing is changing and the way you judge fights is changing. But I thought you scored clean, effective punching. I thought we scored boxing, ring generalship, things of that nature. So someone rushing and just swinging, winging wild punches. Occasionally, McCaskill landed the overhand right, but Braekhus was landing a lot of jabs. She was landing a lot of straight punches. It was even one point the announcer showed a highlight so that they can big up Jessica McCaskill, and then Braekhus landed an uppercut right back, and they were like, "Oh, she landed the uppercut. I didn't see it. You didn't see it because you was too busy riding the other fighter." You know, so for me, I scored it for Cecilia Braekhus. So obviously, I thought the judging was terrible. There was terrible judging all night.
Listen,
all night.
I just want to jump in. I was going to say that with you, bro. I would have rocked with you. I would have rocked with you on that, Kaden. The problem is we knew where we were at.
I know. I know. I'm just saying. Like, some of it was just so bad. Like, I'm just like, dang, like, y'all not even going to try to hide it. That's why I'm like, maybe I don't know how to judge fights anymore. So, so that's how I scored it. Trill touched on something that I thought was very important. Ever since Cecilia Braekhus got with Abel Sanchez, she's been staying in the pocket too long. I feel like the old Cecilia, who was with Jonathan Banks, would have utilized the jab, kept the distance, because it doesn't matter if she's rushing in. She's shorter than you. Step back, pepper her with the jab, then change angles. But that wasn't even in her mindset because she didn't train for that. And then the other thing with Cecilia Braekhus, since she's been with Abel Sanchez, is she's been throwing the left hook a lot. She's been falling in love with the left hook. And I seen fights with Braekhus would just only throw 1-2, 1-2, like move around, utilize the 1-2. So all that tells me is Abel's been telling her, "Ooh, your left hook. Oh, this is Miguel Cotto." You know what I'm saying? This is like, So like Trill said, I think she's become more of a brawler under Abel, but that was never her thing. She has under 10 knockouts. Like, she's not a knockout artist. Like, this is what I don't understand, why she changed her style. And so getting back to the question of why was it petty to leave, is because I think it's petty anytime a fighter leaves a trainer, because the trainer's taking on more assignments. Remember, trainers have to earn a living too. And like, if you're a trainer, a high profile, look at Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso got Canelo, he got Ryan Garcia, he has Oscar Valdez, he has Andy Ruiz. Now let's say Canelo goes, "Oh, you're giving all this time to all these fighters. I want my time. Either you give me all the time or I'm leaving." That's petty, yo. Like, is he giving you enough time? Are you performing well? Are you winning? That should be what it is. It shouldn't be like, "Yo, I want all the time for me." So when you look at Cecilia leaving Jonathan Banks because he decided to take on Triple G, then she, not only did she leave, she went to Abel, Triple G's old trainer, and then they were posting pictures on the gram. Well, look where it got you. You understand? And I said after the last fight, you should probably go back to Jonathan Banks. In the end, I thought Cecilia Braekhus pulled it off, but I feel like she made it a lot more difficult than it had to be. And lastly, I did see signs of aging. I don't know where she goes from there, but unfortunately, she didn't get the decision twice, and I don't know what that means for her career moving forward.
She goes to 147.
All right. So this is where Trill usually would.
Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter. Please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
No, for real. Check out our podcast and like and subscribe. All right, so we'll on to the next one.
Estrada versus Gonzalez.
Yes, so the next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Estrada versus Chocolatito Gonzalez, and this is a very interesting one. I see my man here. This is he said Demetrius Dudu Bumdrade. He seems like he has an issue with my man Demetrius Andre. But Trill Dollar Bill, what was your thoughts on that fight?
Y'all know what it is. I told you last night it was going to be an unbelievable fight. I was so mad, right? I honestly thought that they took the women's clock and put it on this fight. These rounds were going by too fast. I thought they were fighting too many rounds. You know what I'm saying? Great fight. These guys threw over 2,000 punches. It's a good take back and forth. Y'all know I picked Estrada. You know, I picked him to be on my pound for pound list in the top 10. I also picked him to win this fight. And I was picking for him to knock out Chocolatito. Chocolatito last night and won Estrada. He won that fight. He didn't get the knockout, but he won that fight. In my opinion, Chocolatito won that fight. I ride with Juan Francisco Estrada. You know what I'm saying? To the end. That's my dog. But personally, how I scored the fight, clean, effective punching. Chocolatito found a home for that right hand. He just couldn't drop him. That right hand. And then I was going to text the group before the fight started because I seen how the aura and everything was going in that arena. I was going to text the group last night and say all Estrada got to do is stay on his feet. He's going to win the fight. This is the reason why I put commission under my name. Chocolatito has came back from wars and a brutal loss where he fought his heart out. He made a resurgence to come back. I just didn't want to see a man getting cheated. Even though I picked one, Estrada, I got a lot of love for Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. It's a little drama show, as we used to call him, because he used to put him on the cards with Triple G. And he was just fighting back-to-back wars, tough fights. And eventually the guy, got him. And I thought he was going to retire. I thought he should retire because he's been in so many wars. Man, I just don't like seeing stuff like that. But I knew it was going to happen because where they was and how the judges was judging the other fights. And I knew how it was just a sad way to go. But shout out to Roman Gonzalez. I want to see him again. He looked good. Even in the comment section, saying he's a hell of a guy, hell of a classy guy in and outside of the ring. Didn't make no excuses. He knows that this is boxing. He's just happy to make it home to his family. There was nothing but respect in that fight. At one point, I was like, "Stop shaking hands." But then I realized, that the type of guy Roman Chocolatito is, you gotta love him, you gotta respect him. Just a great guy. I'm sorry to keep going on, but it was a great fight, but it was saddened by the decision. I don't think the best man won last night. I'm sorry. I don't think the best man won last night. Chocolatito, even though, Warren hurt him with some shots, Chocolatito landed more clean, effective shots. I'm sorry, it hurts. When you see stuff like that in boxing, it really hurts. I want to see them do it again. I wouldn't mind them doing it again. I had it two rounds for Chocolatito. I'm sorry, fellas. That was just unbelievable last night. Like, you want to see, especially when you got two greats in there. You got two greats in there. We need to do it again. You know what I'm saying? As far as it, yeah, people saying it was a robbery. I wouldn't call it a robbery. You know how I classify a robbery, but I had it for 2 rounds, clearly. 2 rounds clearly for Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. But shout out to both gentlemen. They fought a hell of a fight. I want to see it again. Sorry for my long rant, gentlemen.
All right, Slippery G.
I'm be honest, I gotta watch this fight again because I thought Estrada won. Not by much, but I still thought he pulled the victory. And the reason why is because I felt like Chocolatito, although he would connect, there was no power behind his punches. So to me, it's like, I feel like with the lighter weights, I have to judge in a different way because they're both going to connect on each other, like, obvious, right? That's what they do in the lighter weights. They throw way more punches, so they connect way more, but nobody really gets dropped. So I have to look at, how a person reacts or responds to a punch. And Estrada getting hit, he responded better than when Gonzalez was getting hit. So it's tough, man. I do gotta watch it again. But from my first viewing, I actually had Estrada pulling it off. I'm being honest, I wasn't really that impressed by Chocolatito's performance. To me, he showed his age in there. Like, you can see the clear decline. So I wouldn't call it a robbery at all. You know what I mean? But I will watch it again. You know what I mean? And if in the second showing I go like, oh, you know what, Gonzalez did do some things that I wasn't really noticing. I guess I'll flip flop. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I had.
It'll be the first time.
Whatever. Salute to both gentlemen.
All right, Ned, did you watch the fight?
Yes, I did. And I want to say this: when the first fight happened, I was a young lad, and I wouldn't be mad to see a third fight happen. But when the third fight happens, I hope I'm not an old lad, because you know the 10 year. For me, with these fights, there's always an issue. For me, what I saw was if especially like in the final rounds, in 11 and 12 rounds, when they were exchanging, they would throw about like 5-6 punches between each other, and they weren't really effective. So I really think this fight should have been a draw. I don't think there was a definitive winner, because I know you said G, I know you said Chocolatito showed his age, but he was slipping and moving a lot, ducking and dodging a lot of started punching. And these guys threw over 2,000 punches in this fight, and nobody came out hurt. Nobody. There was like, from what I saw, it was nobody really like was in charge of this fight. So for me, it's a toss up. And if, like Trill said, I wouldn't mind seeing it go back in part 3. Just don't make us wait forever. That's it.
Yeah, wait another 8 years.
All right.
They be fighting in the Legends League then.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you could be an old lad. Arrested Development, Ned. I got you.
Thank you.
All right, so if y'all can see my score. I scored at 115-113 for Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. I felt like he landed the cleaner punches. I felt like there were very close rounds. And in those rounds, I felt like Chocolatito landed enough clean punches to nick him. There were close rounds, so I can't say this was a robbery. It's really what you like.
Yeah.
But I feel like Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez won, and I trust the way I judge. Although, like I said, I could be a dinosaur in this game, because more and more I'm watching fights and the wrong fighter's getting a decision in my eyes. So like when you reach a certain point where you're getting out of touch with something, like some people reach a point where they get out of touch with music, or you reach a point where you're getting out of touch with fashion, and you're like, oh, this is cool, and people are like, it's not. And it's like, maybe I'm losing touch with boxing and judging. I thought Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez won the fight. It was a close fight. I gave it to him by a round. I wouldn't have been upset with a draw. I felt like, for what everyone was saying, how he was going to lose, and him being the underdog and his career being over, and he needed a certain amount of money to even step in the ring, Chocolatito went in that ring and put on a great performance. And it wasn't the Chocolatito of old, because if it was, he would have won by more rounds, but he showed he still got some juice, and he showed he's still a good fighter, and he showed Estrada and everyone else. Yeah. Reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated, and I'm still here. And you can tell he felt that at the end of the fight. Well, most people would be jumping up and down, screaming robbery or whatever. He was like, it was God's will. But I feel like I won, and God bless everybody. Because he knows that last night he showed he's still the real deal. He still can fight. So don't write Chocolatito off. If you want to fight him again, go ahead. But you're going to have to bring your A game. So salute to Chocolatito. Salute to Estrada. I think Chocolatito won the fight. But you know what? He didn't get the decision, but he did win the fans over. So props to him.
Yeah, definitely. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm going to keep saying it. It's the Boxing Bros. Every time, I'm going to keep saying it.
And follow us on all social media platforms.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying?
You said what happened?
Just because, for the podcast, for the audio, it's kind of, we don't really need that. So we just go straight through. But it's whatever.
I just want to remind the people to please like it.
I feel. Just keep doing it.
Please follow us on all social media.
Yeah, let's talk about the real deal last night. I'm just saying. It's crazy. You know,
the next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is David Benavidez, versus Ronald Ellis. So that was a fight that was stopped after Ellis took a lot of punishment. We have the new biggest Benavidez fan on the panel, Conspiracy G. So, G, what were your thoughts on that fight?
First, I have to say, salute to Ronald Ellis. You know, Lin Mass stand up, heart of a lion. Dude was in there. He didn't back down. He didn't fold. I remember Benavidez talking about he's going to go down within 6. The kid was like, okay, we shall see. And I ain't going to front. When he was in the ring at first, he looked nervous. So I was like, oh, man, David Benavidez is about to start playing with his food. It's about to be crazy. And the kid just wouldn't fall. Like, he took so much punishment, but he kept going. Like, it was like amazing. Like, even when in between rounds, he'll sit down and he'll be smiling, talking to his corner. Like the doctors was like looking for any reasons to kind of like stop the fight or anything. The kid showed no signs of fatigue, abuse, or anything. Like the kid just, I don't know, man. That kid was made out of granite, and you could tell in David Benavidez's face. Every time he hit the kid, he was loving it. Like David Benavidez, you could tell he had some pain because he was letting it out during that fight. Like every time he looked at the kid, he's like, and I'm like, man, what you doing, bro? It looked like it got to a point where it kind of looked too one-sided for me, where I was like, man, if I was his father, I would have thrown in the towel because he showed no signs of winning. And I think they were trying to bank on David Benavidez fatiguing, but it just wasn't working. Like David got a tank, you know what I mean? And he just kept hitting him. And then I was like, come on, this seems like I'm watching David Benavidez versus a heavy bag, and thank goodness for the referee finally called it. Like, it's over, but salute to both gentlemen. I was highly impressed, so by Ellis. So I want to see more from the kid from Lynn, man. Like, for real, man. Like, I really do. So, yeah, excellent fight. Even though I know it sounds weird. I'm like, it's a one-sided fight. But I'm saying excellent fight because each man showed a different look. David Benavidez showed his punch variation while Ellis showed his heart in there. And so I had to salute both gentlemen.
All right, Dollar Bill.
Ronald Ellis. Shout out to that guy, man. He showed up. He showed up, and he was there. Ronald Ellis is a punching bag. Like, every time I seen him, like we seen him when they aired his last fight. I think it was with DeAndre Weir or whatever, when they showed him, and he was just sitting there to get hit. He did the same thing. David Benavidez, right? Let's just talk about David Benavidez. He's possessed. He fights like he's possessed.
Mm-hmm.
He has a chip on his shoulder, and he fights like it. Anybody you put him up against, he's coming to destroy them. He fights like somebody took something from him. The other fighter took something from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just fights with a different type of mindset. Even though he was doing stuff like he shouldn't have been doing, like coming in with his hands down. He just felt like he could. With certain fighters, he do certain things. David Benavidez, man, it's just going to take somebody with amazing power to stop him, or somebody with great athleticism and great boxing IQ to beat him. Because this kid's just going to keep coming forward, and landing power shots and all types. And he can box. He didn't have to do no boxing last night, but the kid can box. But he is a wrecking ball.
All right, I just want to take a moment to shout out Penny Royalty. Get well soon.
Definitely.
And Ned the TV, what was your thoughts on the fight?
Man, Benavidez. First, I want to say shout out to Ronald Ellis from he's hometown kid. He not from Boston, but he from Lynn. We that's like cousins. That's cousins. That's like our cousins right there. So shout out to him for doing this thing, and his actually television debut. And I want to like G said, I want to see more from him. I want you to wish you a successful career, even though your debut was against Benavidez, who he ain't the top tier of that division, man. And Benavidez did what he had to do. He came in, he dominated opponent that's not on his level, and at the end of the fight, he called out the big dog. So we got more coming up on that topic. I'll save it for later. But shout out to Benavidez on his brother, and shout out to Ronald on his debut. Television debut.
Just for clarification purposes, I'm not sure it's Ronald Ellis' television debut. Yeah, I think he fought on TV before, but
it's all right though.
Yeah.
Maybe in the main event. Maybe it was his debut being the main event, possibly. I don't know. But I've seen him on television before. Yeah, so like everyone else, I want to salute Ronald Ellis, Massachusetts guy. So big ups to him. Now getting into the fight. Benavidez did what I would expect him to do against Ronald Ellis. Trill, thank you for pointing it out. Yeah, he fights back, but he's a punching bag. He's a punching bag, and he'll throw some punches back. You know what I'm saying? And he has a lot of heart. Ellis showed tremendous heart. But Benavidez knows, like I know, like Trill knows, like those who know, he didn't impress. He didn't impress in that fight. He was supposed to look spectacular against Ellis. That's why they put him in the ring against Ellis. This was a COVID fight. This is a fight on a night where people are in their homes. They can't do anything else. So if you like boxing, Benavidez got a little bit of name. You turn the TV on and you were supposed to see him put on a knockout that would rival Brandon Lee's knockout. Shout out to the homie Brandon Lee for knockout of the year candidate. See, Brandon Lee took advantage of his moment. He was supposed to do that for Showtime. That's what he was supposed to do. He was on Showtime, network, cable, television, fighting as the main event against Ronald Ellis. He was supposed to look spectacular. And he did what you do to a punching bag. He beat it up. He beat it up. Okay, cool. That's what you do to a punching bag. You know what I'm saying? You know what's so funny? I tell people, when you hit a punching bag, right? You can go ham on a punching bag when you want. You can catch your breath, do a little pity pat. You can go ham again when you want. You can catch your breath, do a little pity pat. And Benavidez did that in the ring all night. So what does that tell me? Nothing. Tells me nothing. But I did get to see a little something. I feel more confident in my man Edgar Berlanga beating Benavidez. Oh, yes. See, Benavidez takes a while before he starts landing his punches. And dudes land on Benavidez. Let him take that time against Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? And which is bringing me to a point. I want to see him fight that way against guys who really come to win. See, Ellis came to survive. You can see it. He was smiling when he got punched. He was happy when he got punched. I want to see Benavidez do that to a guy who's coming to win, not survive. That's when I would be impressed. Ellis almost survived, but the referee did him a solid. But do that to someone who's coming to win. I like Benavidez. So this is me giving constructive criticism. I picked Benavidez to win every fight he's been in thus far. But I'm not going to act like beating up on a punching bag is impressive. Fighters do it every day in the gym.
Definitely. Guess what, guys? You know what I'm going to ask y'all to do? I'm going to ask you guys to please like and subscribe. And check us out. Please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know why? Because we are the Boxing Bros.
We on to the next one.
Man, this is a good one. This is a good one right here.
Oh, yes. So now it's time to get it in. Is Tyson Fury having cold feet? So the reason why we're presenting these questions to you is Tyson Fury has been making some comments lately that have a lot of people concerned, and possibly some on this panel. We're going to find out. But let's take a look. All right, here we go. Here's some Tyson Fury's comments. If fellas, just let me know if you can see it shared. Can you see it?
Yeah, sir.
All right.
I'm not training no more. I've never stopped training since December 2017. And even after these world title fights, I train the next day. I go running 10 mile on stupid things and do a million press-ups and circuits. And I'm in the gym sparring and messing around. So I'm having some time away from the game at the moment because, like I say, I've been ready to fight since I beat Deontay Wilder last year. So I've had no success in getting another fight, which is not down to much, it's down to the COVID and a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, at the moment, I'm just concentrating on getting me 10 pints of Stella to 12 every day. You're looking lean in the face. It doesn't look what it is. I'm not really eating through the day, so yeah, I'll make up for calories at night time.
Well, if that's to go to team.
All right. He goes on to say he can drink 12 pints and still beat Anthony Joshua. But here's something else that Tyson Fury said as well.
I know you said there's nothing to report, but we've done interviews with Bob Arum. He says that it's close. Eddie Hearn says they're ready to sign. Joshua's had his little bit on Twitter and stuff like that, saying that he's in it for the long run. You're a showman. He's going to close the show and stuff like that. So the way if we can take Bob Arum and obviously Eddie Hearn and what Joshua's saying, we're getting our hopes up, if you know what I mean. But on your side, Tyson Fury's side, you said there's nothing to report.
Well, let's break it down, shall we?
Okay.
It's a bare minimum. Eddie Hearn's a boxing promoter, so is Bob Arum. It's our job to sell the fight. Joshua is saying what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. I'm not on social media at the moment at all. So whatever they say is very unimportant to me. Until I've got a date, a fight, and a hell of a load of money in my pocket, there's no fight. There's a lot of things going on, what people don't know behind the scenes, that can scupper a fight like that. So nothing's actually on until you're actually in the ring. So yeah, we're nowhere near that at the moment.
Can you understand why, like, us as fans, like, we're desperate for this fight because it's like two British heavyweight champions, undisputed fight. Do you know what I mean? For selfishly as boxing fans like me and everybody in here, we're looking at you and going, Tyson, please give us some good news and stuff like that. Selfishly, I mean, like, but we want the fight. I'm guessing that you definitely want the fight. You've called for Joshua for long enough. So what can you do on your part, if anything?
Can't do nothing.
No.
It's out of my hands. It's nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with me at all. I'm just a boxer. There's a lot of things behind the scenes going on, like I say, that can alter a fight. Do I think I'm going to be fighting Joshua in the next 10 minutes? Hell no. Do I think the fight will eventually happen sooner or later? Yes. It has to happen. But do I think it's imminent right next minute? No, I don't.
So there you have it. Tyson Fury basically saying he doesn't think the fight's imminent. He stopped training. He's Sugar Hills back in the States. He's just been drinking and doing nothing, basically. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Tyson Fury's having cold feet? Like, what do you make of the statements being made by Tyson Fury?
I'm with you, Gordon. Listen, I got to the point now where I don't listen to Tyson Fury. You know, he says so much stuff, man. It make me feel like I'm drinking. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like Tyson Fury, man. Just stop interviewing this guy. Leave him alone. He gonna, you know, he's gonna say anything he wants. Listen, Fury knows this fight's gonna happen. That's why he's saying that he's not in shape. That looks like a lean Tyson Fury. Just don't listen to him. He's just
wearing a 6X. He's wearing a 6X, bro.
He's just, he's playing the bull crap. He knows what it is. Stop wasting your time interviewing him because you're gonna get something else. Next fight.
Shout out to Fight Fan Figures. I'm sorry, bro. Shout out to my man Fight Fan Figures.
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know. I'm not listening to this guy. Fight's gonna happen. Don't pay attention to Fury. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is. Fury's just doing what Fury's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's in shape. He's getting in shape. He's playing the mind games like he's not going to be in shape. We know he is. He's going to try to be faster because that's what it looks like he's going for. I'm just done talking about Tyson Fury.
All right, Slippery G, get in there.
Y'all might get mad at me on this, but I'm actually with Tyson Fury on this one. And the reason why is because I don't believe that he stopped training. Like, it's clear as day. You can see and going hard in the gym. You know what I mean? That's probably the best, at least from his face, the most chiseled I've ever seen him before, period, right?
He going hard in there. He just played. He with the bull.
It worked for AJ. Like, he's not playing games with no Anthony Joshua. However, I do believe that there's something going on because they haven't announced the date. So, like, I don't think Fury's playing mind games on that. Like, what he said, am I going to fight Joshua in the next 10 minutes? No, right? So what that tells me is, yeah, the fight's probably going to happen, but it's going to be probably later on, you know? So that's why he's probably like, yo, man, I've been training for this dude. I've been waiting. Like, let's get this popping, you know? Like, I think maybe he's like, his fear is inactivity. You know, he has a funny past, you know what I mean? Like, he could spiral down a negative road. So he's probably like, yo, let's just do this fight. So I do believe he wants to fight, AJ wants to fight, but the powers that be are trying to figure out, you know, what's the best option that could generate the most money. And as of right now, Fury's just waiting, you know? So I don't believe Fury's having cold feet. I just feel like Fury wants to fight. He wants to fight sooner than later, and it's just not happening. And clearly, there's some type of gag order because nobody's telling us what's going on. So I just like to believe that, you know, Tyson Fury does want this fight. I don't believe he got cold feet at all.
All right, it's time for Ned the TBE.
All right, man. Listen, this has been a trending topic on Boxing Bros for a while now. A couple weeks ago, Fury posted a video of him going swimming, and the man was bloated. He was huge. To quote my man, I forgot his name, but you know, baby got back. The Fury had back on him. Yeah, like I said, he had hella back on him.
We're not doing this again.
Where you go?
We're not doing that,
bro.
We're not doing that.
You said Sir Mix-a-Lot. You said you turned to Sir Mix-a-Lot. You said
Fury got back.
You said Tyson. Sir, what are you doing?
No.
That's all right, guys. Ned is back at it.
Back at it, you know.
He's back
Listen. And then on Friday he released what was it? Either Thursday or Friday he released the interview with I don't want to get their name wrong. IFL, I think. And then he was saying, man, I've been partying, I've been drinking, I've been not training. Oh, he was just sounding real sad, out of it, disengaged, detached from the fight. He's not really interested in it anymore. And then you see him on ESPN. I saw that video on ESPN first, and you see him all slimmed up, talking about, I'm not training. I drink 12, 14 pints a day. I can knock out Anthony Joshua anytime I want. This is another tactic of Fury's mind games. And I went to his Instagram to check if he's been to see if he posts anything. He took everything off and put those key videos up of him going swimming, him saying he doesn't want to fight, things of that nature. I was just like, Fury think he's slick. But Fury realized he doesn't control this fight, and he's trying to control Anthony. He's trying to move into Anthony Joshua's mind. And this is where these mind games will fail. It's just Fury needs to just focus on getting in shape and staying in shape for this fight, not overtraining for the fight or getting overworked for the fight. And it's doing his due diligence. Because I think this is where they got him. They got him because he's antsy. He wants it. He wants it now. But you gotta, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you gotta be patient, Fury. You gotta relax. And I want this to be the best fight I ever seen. One of the best fights I ever seen in my life. I just don't want you to get, I don't want any excuses at the end of the day. And it looks like he's building his path to excuses if fight goes wrong in his direction, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I think they said it's gonna be in June, July, and I think that's when it's gonna be announced sooner than we think. So let's get it.
Yeah. So for me, listen to what Fury said. He said the fight isn't imminent, right? Fury said the fight isn't imminent. So keep that in mind. Keep that very same language in mind. The fight isn't imminent. So he's saying like it's not going to be announced in the next 10 minutes. The fight isn't imminent. My personal opinion is there's something going on behind the scenes, because you hear him saying behind the scenes, and it's with his promoters and his managers. He's having an issue with them. And so he's saying he's not training, but we saw him training. Remember, he knocked the punching bag off. Sugar Hill was there. Sugar Hill is back in America because we saw him at the Clarissa Shields fight, which took place in Michigan. But Fury's in shape, and Fury's training. So why would he be saying all these things? He's unhappy with his team. Now, remember, he was supposed to fight in December, but that fell through. He hasn't fought since February 22nd. When he beat Deontay Wilder. And it's been over a year now, and he still has no fight. So you heard him. I just been sitting on my hands. So he's sitting around like, okay, I need news, and I need news now. You know what I'm saying? I need to know something about my career right now. I'm sick of all this stuff. So what he's doing right now, I feel like is trying to force the hand of Frank Warren, force the hand of Bob Arum to make an official announcement, because he's sick of sitting around, because he's the lineal champ. He's the WBC champ. He's the Ring Magazine champ. And he doesn't have that much input. He's feeling like powerless. He's feeling like, well, what's happening? So what do you do when you feel powerless? You bark. Like, you know what I'm saying? You bark. You feel powerless, so you bark. That's what happens. So now he's like, well, I'm going to show y'all how important I am. I can stop this whole fight. Like I can get out of shape. I can do all this stuff. So I think he's not happy with what's happening behind the scenes from his team. And so he's doing all this to put his team on notice, which, for starters, when Bob Arum's involved, are fighters ever really happy? And when Fish Eyes, affectionately, I don't know, that's what they call you, Frank, so that's what I'm calling you. And when Fish Eyes is involved, are fighters ever really happy? So, you know, I think he's regretting the people, the team that he signed with, and now he's throwing a tantrum. So that's what it seems like to me. But is the fight in jeopardy? I don't think he's getting cold feet. I think he's training for the fight of his life, and I think that Josh was doing the same. I just hope we get to see it.
What I want y'all to do is, please, if you're right there, please, and you haven't subscribed, I want you to subscribe. Then I also want you to press the like button. Then I also want y'all to check us out on Instagram. We got the Boxing Bros Instagram. Then I got an Instagram. Kaden got an Instagram. They got an Instagram. G's working on his. But you can also find G on Twitter. And you can also find Boxing Bros on Twitter. So, and also we have a podcast that you can check out on all major streaming services. You already know who y'all watching. It's the Boxing Bros.
All right. So now, next up is Fury versus Wilder 3 about to happen.
So, yeah, basically you heard the comments that were made by, I'm sorry, I'm like on a crazy delay right now. Can you guys see me? You
just like sped up. You just like really just sped up in front of us. I just seen it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I tried to load up like the next video and it was like doing something crazy. But anyways, So Tyson Fury said that the trilogy with Wilder may happen. He doesn't know what's going to happen. He's not sure the fight with Anthony Joshua is going to happen. That he may fight Deontay Wilder again in the third fight. And he said if that does happen, he beats Wilder easier than he did in the second fight. So Conspiracy G, what's your reaction to that?
All right. The way I'm about to say this, I know y'all about to talk because he was a Wilder fan. That's why he's saying it. But all jokes aside, this is what I honestly believe. The reason why Tyson Fury is entertaining the Wilder trilogy now is maybe because he's not going to fight AJ anytime soon. So he's like, yo, we going to like take this long. You know, why should I be inactive? Let me get another payday, beat up Wilder, and then I could fight AJ later on this year or something. That's what I think he's saying. You know, again, I don't believe Fury is ducking AJ at all. I just think, playing boom. I don't think that's the case. I think, and I like to believe Fury on this because, you know, a guy with the past that he has, I think he understands himself. He needs to be active. He needs these fights, you know, like, so I think what it is like, yo, if I can't get the AJ fight anytime soon, allow me to fight Wilder, get that out the way, and then fight AJ later on this year. And, you know, it sounds like he's that confident, right? So I think that's what he's trying to say. He's not ducking AJ at all. And it could possibly backfire, right? Like, who knows? Again, like Wilder is, you know, he has that right hand. He may land, let's say Wilder gets lucky, lands, and next thing you know, undisputed is that question again. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't do that if I was Fury, but only Fury understands himself, his psyche. Maybe he just needs this Wilder fight or a tune-up fight or whatever just to be active before the Anthony Joshua fight.
All right. Trill dollar bill.
It's not gonna happen. Fury, stay the course, man. Stay the course. You fighting AJ. Stop. Don't mention Wilder, whatever. See, here it is. We give Wilder a lot of crap on this channel. But you going in there with a fight with Wilder thinking that, oh, I'm just gonna do this easy fight. Well, you're gonna get laid out. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick and tired of playing the games. Of course, Wilder lacks certain things. You gotta be in your bag. You know what I'm saying? You're focusing on AJ. You got all this stuff going on in the background and stuff like that. You're like, nah, I'm just gonna jump in there with Wilder and it's gonna be a rap and use him as, you know what I'm saying? And then you get caught, and everything just changes. Stay the course. Keep your mind on AJ. Be focusing on AJ. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna need it. AJ is a problem. AJ is the type of fighter where you can't be thinking about a fight before, or you can't be thinking about other stuff in your life. Like, oh, I forgot that I left the iron on at the crib. No, you're going to get knocked out. You got to focus on AJ. You know, yeah, we give Deontay Wilder slack and all that, but at the end of the day, man, this dude knock your lights out. Okay? Yeah, we talk about his resume in certain places, but you know how hard it is to still knock out that many people? Like, come on. Like, don't look. Yo, you know what I'm saying? We do the banter back and forth. You know, we see things. You know, we mess with G and stuff like that. But we still respect this man at the end of the day. You mess with Wilder on a bad day, you using him like he's a joke or he's some type of tune-up fight. He can land a shot and something can happen. I think Tyson Fury needs to stay the course. Don't worry about all these other people. I want your mind on AJ. You got to have 100% on AJ. AJ is different. AJ is a different fighter. This guy is a proven. Oh, I'm done talking about AJ because I said I wasn't going to big up AJ no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard not to. You know what I'm saying? It's hard not to. You better focus on the task at hand. That's what I'm trying to say. You better focus on the task at hand. Don't be worried about. That's what happened. We done seen this plenty of times in boxing. Oh, we gonna take this guy lightly, and you go in there and get your bell rung. Don't mess around and stop the biggest fight that can heavyweight fight that can happen because you being petty.
Ed?
Yeah, I agree 100% with Trev right now. Fury's just taking his mind off of the prize, and he has it in sight. He came back, he did all of this, he redeemed himself to fall short or to lose concentration because he feels he's not in control. But you did everything you had to do to get to this point to not let the ball slip out your hands, Fury. And honestly, him bringing up Wilder doesn't even want the third fight. Like Wilder, the third fight could have been happened by now. We're in March. Wilder, the deadline been passed. Everything. Wilder, I think Wilder had the meeting where he was going to get paid for not having a third fight, or he got bought out or whatever. But we know Wilder took his mind off of Fury. Wilder let that third fight die, sit in the closet, hide behind the Christmas tree, everything. It's not coming out till Christmas 2030. So my thing is, Fury bringing it up is just Fury just trying to I don't know, chatterbrain. Like I think Fury, that's all he does. He talks to himself, and he just tries to talk himself up just to stay motivated, just to stay hyped. So Fury, I know you're anxious, you're on edge about this fight, and don't overwork yourself, don't overthink it, don't exhaust yourself mentally, physically about this fight, because when it comes, you might not have the gas tank at all because of all of this that you're doing so early. Just train, eat right, stay with your family and kids, and enjoy life. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think this fight's gonna happen, but it wouldn't shock me if this fight happens. For the record, I don't believe that Wilder would knock out Tyson Fury at all. I think it's easy money. I'll take any money bet, any push-up bet anybody wants to make that Fury will beat him again. He's already beat him twice, and he's even better now than he was when he beat Wilder before. And Wilder's in a worse place. Wilder's psychologically where? I don't know. Wilder's with candles, blunts, and guns. You know what I'm saying? That's what Wilder's doing right now. So yeah, I think Fury beats him easy. So in Fury's mind, he's saying like, well, if I don't like what's happening with this Joshua deal, I have another option. And I think he's just using it as leverage because, as Gordon pointed out, he said in another interview he would never fight Deontay Wilder again because of all the excuses he's making. And now he's saying Deontay Wilder might be next. If you learn anything from Tyson Fury is he says whatever, like what he means and what he's doing, only he knows. So 1 minute he's here, 1 minute he's there. The one thing I know about Tyson Fury is he doesn't fear Deontay Wilder. There's no fear in his heart for Deontay Wilder. Maybe arrogance will cause him to lose. Like if he comes in there too arrogant, like this is my like Nate Campbell. But like as far as boxing skills go, he knows that Wilder has one weapon, and he knows he's going to take that weapon away. So unless Wilder's in the gym working on some other twos, Fury's like this is easy money. But I don't see it happening. There's too much money on the table right now for Tyson Fury. There's too much money on the line for him. And why would he fight Wilder again? Because remember, I pointed this out. Tyson Fury literally erased Wilder and replaced Wilder. This whole discussion used to be Joshua Wilder, Joshua Wilder, Joshua Wilder. Remember? And the Wilder fans used to sit on their high chair throwing stones at everybody. Now they're in the basement hoping for a handout. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that Fury hands them the trilogy fight. That's what the Wilder fans are. That's why you see the Wilder fans like, yeah, let's do it again. Do the trilogy so they can pray and hope for the right hand. All Fury needs to do is just get these things right and fight Anthony Joshua. And then beat Anthony Joshua. If you really believe you'll beat him every day of the week and twice on Sundays, this should be no problem. If you really think you can drink 12 pints a day and still beat Anthony Joshua, then this should be no problem. But at the end of the day, right, I think Fury is doing this for some type of leverage. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't see his contract, but I do know that he's not looking at Wilder as like a viable option. If he was, the fight would have happened already. If he was, there wouldn't have to be a mediation. If he was, this fight would already been taking place. This is a leverage thing. You understand what I'm saying? And we'll dive more into it in the next topic. But there's no way I see Fury taking a step back to fight Wilder. And if he does, Wilder fans will be the happiest people in the world until the fight, and then they'll be crying again.
It's like, yeah, it's never gonna happen. Please like and subscribe. Let us know how you feeling. Well, y'all all letting us know how y'all feeling in the comments. But if you watch this,
not the live chat conversation, but
the other one, you know what I'm saying? And let us know how you feel. And check us out on Instagram and Twitter. For real, check us out on Instagram and Twitter. If you don't have an Instagram and Twitter, make an Instagram and Twitter and check us out. And make sure you check out our podcast on all major streaming services, because you know what it is. It's the Boxing Bros.
God.
Oh, did I say that?
I did.
Oh, I was like, whoa, my bad.
I'll be charged with premeditated murder.
You don't want that smoke. You never want that smoke.
Well, I'll tell you this, everybody's tough in the comment section. All right, so
I just read it.
He was like this. He was like this. I'll murk everybody. Like, we can't see you, B. I'm gonna do all mine like this. I'm fucking the toughest. I'm gonna change my avatar to like Thanos or something.
Once we can go outside, I'll see that guy. We'll be at the same fight. He'll come up to me like, "Hey, I watch Boxing Bros." You know, he'll be tough until he sees me, and then he's gonna be like,
"Hey,
you know what I'm saying?"
He's like, "Can I get a picture, big fella?"
Yeah, dog. Unbelievable. All right, so last
you, Christopher.
I'm telling you, he must be a Wilder fan. I touched the nerve. It's all stems to the audits. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. All right. Yeah. Last time I tried to load up this video, that's when like
it's not having glitches.
A little crazy. So we'll see what happens. I'll let Rachel said Christopher might have back. I'll let you decide. If the back is too crazy, then I can't. Then the fight's off. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't showing nothing. TBE looking. TBE looking. He gonna hide. He ain't showing.
He ain't chiseled. He got a muffin top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's starting to mess up again. I'll try to play it though. Yeah, take down that comment real quick. All right, I'll try to play this. If it doesn't work, then I'll just play it from my phone. So Frank Warren was on a podcast, and here's what he had to say.
It probably won't happen until November. The fight probably won't happen until November. Am I right with that information?
I can't. We've all agreed at the moment, as I mentioned to you earlier, Jim, that we cannot. I can't break a confidence that I've agreed with everybody that we will. What we announce will be simultaneous. All I can say to you is that everything is agreed. It's an imminent announcement. And obviously, we've got to work on the site, and that's it. And obviously, we've got to get to the expectation levels as to what both the fighters want to fight each other.
So,
it's moving it's absolutely moving in the right direction, and everybody is on the same page.
What detail can you give us about the imminent announcement?
I can give you the detail that is imminent.
Is it a two-way deal, Frank?
It is. I mean, we've already had that out there, so I'm not breaching any confidentialities. You know, that's out there,
okay.
And it's a two-fight deal, yeah.
So it's a two-fight deal, 50-50 in the first fight, 60-40 in the second?
The numbers are a confidentiality clause in the contract, but It is what it doesn't matter really what it is, as long as they get it on. That's all we're moving towards.
I take it the numbers are mind-boggling, though, Frank. Is that right? We hear an imminent announcement. Are we talking that each fighter would earn something between 75 and 100 million?
Please God, they do.
Because if
so there it is. Basically, you heard Frank Warren in the podcast saying that basically the announcement is imminent, in that they're going to announce it soon. He can't speak on the details, but an announcement is imminent. And so, G, what's your thoughts on Frank Warren saying that the undisputed fight's going to happen? It's already basically a done deal.
I actually agree with Frank Warren on this one also. And so this is why I'm trying to, I guess, see Frank Warren's side, see Tyson Fury's side, and make sense of the whole situation. And when you add into AJ and Eddie Hearn, on Eddie's side, they were like, yo, y'all sign, we sign, and it's good to go. Frank is like, hey, man, I can't disclose any information, but yo, trust me, it's going to happen. That tells me they're just trying to either find a venue, they're trying to find a date, so Fury may not be in agreement with, kind of like what you were saying, Kaden, earlier. It sounds like this is a Tyson Fury camp situation. So Fury's probably like, yo, I need to fight now. Frank is like, yo, relax, bro. We're going to figure this out. Be patient. Fury clearly just isn't patient right now. And so, this is the situation. But I actually agree with Frank Warren. I would love for them to disclose more information, but as of right now, man, they can't do it. So, we just got to be patient. And, and I look at it like a fight this big, it's going to at least need 3 months of promotion, at least. So, yeah, man, I'm just waiting to get the announcement, the official date and stuff like that.
All right, Dollar Bill.
I'm gonna talk tough, hide in my face. Man, it's gonna happen. This is gonna happen. They're just waiting, putting everything in line. This is a big fight. You know what I'm saying? So everybody just got to chill out. Let the promoters let the promoters do their job. That's basically what I'm saying. Let them do their job. And Frankie's just looking for a place where this big major fight can happen. Everybody's saying the fight's gonna happen. Everybody's telling. I'm just keep hearing the same thing over and over again. Tyson Fury, just chill. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? We can do it in my backyard. Just call me. I'll set up some lawn chairs. We can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the fight happen. I'm not mad. Everybody
the biggest fight in Trill's backyard. Eddie did it.
Hey, listen, give me like $2 million. I'll go over there. I'll get some food. I'll get some food from the market. You know what I'm saying? I'll grill some steaks, put some steaks on the grill. You know what I'm saying? Get the lawn chairs out there. I'll get the hose everything down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sit in the back, have a good fight.
Hold on a second, Trill. I'm trying. I don't know what is being said, so I'm just putting this up here. Do we have some Ukrainian fans in here ready to go off with G's head right now? Just let me know. If you can read this, let me know in the comment section.
How you know that's Ukrainian, bro?
I don't know. It looks like what I see on Usyk's page. I
thought it was a Russian bot. You know what I'm saying?
It says off with G's head.
I know, man. He's in the building. All right, I'm sorry, Trill. Go back.
No, I'm basically saying that everybody just need to chill. Everybody just need to fall back. The promoters is doing their job. They're gonna make this fight happen. You think the promoters gonna want to lose some bread? They're gonna be able to line their pockets, so they're gonna try to make this happen. So all the fighters just need to do is just chill out.
Yeah, that's what your main shorty said. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. You know what I'm saying? All right. Ned the TBE.
Man, listen, today the word of the day is imminent because Fury said the fight is not imminent. And Frank Warren said the fight is imminent. So my thing is, it's a whole lot of I swear Fury's out here trolling, and we're about to get blessed with this biggest fight ever. I don't know. I'm not following chat. I don't know, but I think the biggest fight ever is about to be in a couple of months. I'm predicting June, mid-June, early June, end of June, maybe July, but around there, that's when the fight's gonna happen. And it's just I agree with Frank Warren 100%. It's imminent. It's around the corner. Don't blink. Don't sleep. Keep your Twitter live. Keep your hold on. What? I'm done. The fight is imminent.
Stay focused.
The fight is imminent.
I had to show it, man. I'm sorry, man.
I'm done.
Yo, that laugh killed me, son.
What's good, man? You done that?
I'm done. I was just reading that last one. It was man. He killed me.
Now you see what I was saying. Look at the language. Frank Warren says a fight is imminent, and then you heard Tyson Fury say a fight's not imminent. An announcement is not imminent. So it definitely seems like there's some clash between Tyson Fury and Frank Warren. So it does seem like that's the issue to me. And then you hear Frank Warren said like, 75 to 100 million. God, I hope so. And I think my man, is it Wayne Hennessy? Shout out to my man Wayne Hennessy. I see my man Wayne Hennessy everywhere. Or is it Wayne Fitness? It's one.
Yeah, Wayne Fitness is my man.
Fitness. Yeah, Wayne Fitness. Shout out to my man Wayne Fitness, man. Yo, he shows mad love. But I think he's the one who wrote that there are only 2 fights left on the deal with Tyson Fury and with Frank Warren and with Bob Arum. So what you have there is if they only have 2 fights left, of course they want to cash out. Of course they want to make the biggest fight. Of course they want to earn the most money right now. So with that being said, I'm not surprised. Again, I think this is all about Fury being unhappy with Frank Warren and Bob Arum and possibly what's happening behind the scenes. And so I think he's throwing a little bit of a tantrum, doing some Tyson Fury-like things. But at the end of the day, I expect an announcement from Undisputed, and I expect the fight to happen because there's too much money on the table. And I think everyone involved will regret it if this fight doesn't happen.
You already, because this fight is hot like this tea. Please like and subscribe. And check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros. Just
look at this. Look at this. Dude, that is the name. It's not Caden the Greek. It's Caden the Geek. So all that tells me is you can't even read on a first grade level, bruh. Like, please, dog, just go away. Like, oh my God, embarrassing yourself, cuz. All right.
You laugh good today is just killing me.
I can't take it.
I can't take a man serious and talking trash and they ain't showing their face. To me, that's like you a coward, B.
But one, you're not showing your face. Two, you're watching this show. You're watching this show.
I can't respect it.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Let him hang, bro. You got to show your face. You know what I'm saying?
Please, dog.
I can't respect it. You already know. If you already know.
Don't give him too much attention.
Hey, bro, this is for you, man.
Okay.
Hold on. My man, Kay, to stop telling everyone you're a Greek when you're not. Culture appropriation.
Oh man.
Oh man.
They hit me with that little Boosie treatment. You know what I'm saying? when he had the cap.
He hit us with the G. He put him back up. He hit us with the G. He's saying all the negative stuff, but he say, "But I like you guys." He hit us with the G.
But speaking of life,
it's all good, man. All right, What's the next topic, brother?
We're not impressed with Usyk.
Oh yeah, this one right here. Yeah, set this up. So Tyson Fury was giving an interview to IFL TV, I believe, and he made this comment. Okay, 11:45.
Yo, who are these people, man?
Right. How else to go about this shit right now? All right, so here's what Fury had to say about Usyk.
Reaction G.
Let's talk to you about Usyk. Do you think he can be a threat in this heavyweight division? Did you see his fight against Chisora?
I saw his fight against Chisora, yeah. What do you want me to say about that?
Do you think he'd be? I don't know. Do you think? Because obviously,
How do you think he did against Chisora?
yeah. Because obviously
Chisora's
forward fight. You fought him twice. You've toyed with the idea of fighting
so
again.
Chisora, Usyk was supposed to be the saviour of the division, and then he fights a gatekeeper in Dell. No disrespect to Derek, but he's at the end of his career. He's nearly 40 years old. He's had 40 odd professional fights, and he's lost the majority of his last of them. So I thought actually Chisora deserved a win or a draw at worst, but he lost it on a split, so he couldn't thingy. But if you're struggling with Derek Chisora, then how are you going to beat the top guys in the division? But styles do make fights, as I know, as a historian, so never can write anybody off. But do you think who can he beat? Who do you think he can beat?
The Joe Joyce fight is being talked about. I mean, Joe's gave him a good fight in the World Boxing Super Series back in the amateur days.
Yeah.
But Joe's a different fighter now. The professional game suits him a lot more than I believe the amateurs did. So do you think Joe can get that win over him?
It's unimportant what I think, isn't it? You know, it's all on the night, and game plans and styles make fights. If it was the biggest and strongest man won all these fights, then Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been a heavyweight champion of the world for 10 years, wouldn't he? So it's one of them. Anyone can win any of these fights. Just because Usyk struggled with Del Boy, it doesn't mean he'll struggle with Joyce, and vice versa. So they're all interesting fights. Do I think they can win? Yes. Do I think Joe can knock him out? Yes. Do I think Usyk can beat Joe Joyce? Yes. I think all of these heavyweights can beat each other. The only one that can't beat is me. I'm unbeatable.
All right. So there you have it. Tyson Fury's not impressed with Usyk. Said he struggled with Del Boy. He doesn't know who's going to win between Usyk and Joyce. He feels like it can go either way. Now, you know I'm turning this over to G. But G, we have some Usyk fans in here. And Usyk has backup in here. So tread lightly, G.
Yo. I got
go ahead.
Smoke, G.
What's the reaction, G?
Don't bring this on camera.
First and foremost, light work. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why this is even a debate, man. I'm being honest. I wasn't impressed with Usyk against Chisora. And Chisora is literally the gatekeeper of the heavyweight division. Mm-hmm. You barely got through. So it's like, yo, do I see him doing any damage to Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua? Hell to the no. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, in regards to the other guys, and I will say this, salute to Tyson Fury. And reason why is because even though he had a simmer of hate, he was still objective, you know? And so I got to give him a shout out for that. He was like, yo, let's just be real. We don't know, right? Like, me personally, I think Joyce is going to beat Usyk. But, again, it is the heavyweight division.
Push-ups, G.
Fights.
50 push-ups ready.
Get my fit push-up. Oh, 50. You know what I'm saying? I thought
you agreed to it.
I never.
I think it was 25.
I know. Relax. You know what I'm saying? You could do my other 25 if you like. You know what I'm saying? But back to this, though. I'm being honest, man. I don't see what people are seeing in regards to Usyk in the heavyweight division. He's not proven yet, you know? So, like, I don't view what Tyson Fury was saying as hate at all. I think it's just being, you know, as fair and objective as possible. It's just like, yo, bro, you went, like, knee deep with a gatekeeper. That's what it was. You know what I mean? So, it's cute. But this ain't the cruiserweight division. This is the heavyweight division. I just don't see it, man. But hey, I can't wait until George Joyce gets in the ring with your boy. You know what I'm saying? And I said I was going to talk more positive and defeat your mans. You know?
G, speak your piece. Go ahead. G, go ahead. Speak your piece.
I don't want to put that out in the universe, seeing what I just seen with your boy Ellis and Benavidez. But I just want to see. I mean, hey, listen, I wouldn't mind if my man George Joyce does some greasy like Benavidez did to Ellis. But however, you know, I want all guys to survive. I want Usyk to have a blessed career, you know what I'm saying, at cruiserweight, you know, because I'm saying heavyweight division ain't smacking for him, man. But it's cool though, man. Trill, I understand that's your man, so go ahead.
G, what would you think of Usyk's training methods, specifically him having two guys sparring with him in the ring?
It was cute, you know, like, hey, he likes to play with two guys. I feel him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Be in the ring playing with two guys. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yo.
Goodness.
2021, bro. It's 2021. We don't judge no more. At least not over here in the States. I'm just saying, man. You know what I mean? You playing in the ring with those two fellas. I don't know, man. You know?
Hey. All right, G, thank you, man. Pause. All right, Truth.
You know what's so crazy? Tyson Fury, you trying to pick apart Usyk. We can pick apart your fights too. You ain't like we're bigging you up now, like you know what I'm saying. But you had a boring fight with Klitschko. Was holding. But we gave you props for beating him. Then you knocked out Wilder. Really? This is what we talking about, Wilder. Do we gotta talk about resumes and who looked good against who? I got to bring up Otto Wallin. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not talk about resume. Fury. Concentrate on the man in front of you. You worried about Usyk. You worried about everybody else. It's like you're sitting back. It's like you make some type of excuses or something. G, if you can't see how special Usyk is, I think that you need to get a new, better pair of glasses because anybody can see that this guy is special. This is a small guy doing this against these big guys. Look, he's not knocking these big guys out, but he's an athletic, big guy. You know what I'm saying? Not that big for that division, but he's athletic, and he's making these guys miss. He's making these guys pay. He looks good in there. Okay, he looks good in there. He looks down on himself. When do we ever get mad at somebody challenging themselves to try to be great? We're gonna knock somebody for trying to be great. This is what we doing. This guy, he's not staying in the cruiserweight division and taking easy. This guy, he's not. These guys, Tyson Fury, these guys want to take two jumps against guys that nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? And we want to praise them for it, right? We want to praise all these other heavyweights for fighting these bums and not challenging themselves, right? But we go not Usyk, right? This is where we lose common sense. We can't say we like somebody and then we discredit them for trying to be great. And learn and focus on your task at hand. Usyk's a great fighter. We should be saying nothing but good things about Usyk. You know why? Because at least he's daring to be great. He's not taking the easy road. We want to praise everybody for taking the easy road. The most feared man on the planet for taking the easy road. I'm going to disappear too. I would too. All that BS you was doing, I would disappear too. You knew you was in the wrong. You don't co-sign this guy? what he's saying?
Nah, hold up, dog. Nah, I gotta hold G down in his absence.
Yeah, hold him. Yeah. Those glasses gonna get foggied up too. Your prescription is a little bit better because you can see that Usyk is an athletic. He's a special guy, and he's daring to be great. How you gonna hate on that? You can't say nothing but I hope that he doesn't get caught with a good shot. That's all you can do. From now on, all you can do is put respect on Usyk's name. He's not going backwards. He's only moving forward. He's not going backwards. He's only moving forward. From now on, the only thing you got to say every time Usyk fights in this heavyweight division is, yo, this guy is daring to be great. He doesn't care. Put him in the ring. I'll fight him. Tyson Fury, you're forgetting who you are. Now you're getting all this respect because you know what I'm saying, you beat Wilder, but let's talk about who Wilder really is. Yo, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all, man. We're going to have to stop disrespecting the guys that's really trying to fight tough guys and put in work, and we're bigging up suckers. That's what we do. We big up the people that's not daring to be great. We beat up the people that's not moving up in weight. We back these triple G's. We back all these other people that fight nobodies. When we check it every day. But we want to on the guy who is actually daring to be great. Come on, man. Stop it. I don't care if you don't like the man or whatever you feel a certain way about the man, but every time he steps in the fight with one of these behemoths, these heavyweight monsters, because that's what they are. These guys got 20, 40 pounds on this guy. We was praising Wilder for doing it when he was fighting bums that was bigger than him, that was weighing more than him. But why not see what's special in Usyk? See what's special in Usyk. I'm not going to jump out the window on Usyk, but I'm just going to say it like it is. I like this man. He's doing things that we haven't seen. Like, he's athletic, he's moving. Like, this guy is special. And I said it before, it's going to take the two top guys in that division to beat him. I said Tyson Fury, the two top guys, right? But now I'm thinking, Tyson Fury, you go in there, you underestimate this young man. He's hard. He's fighting for something different, yo. He's fighting for something different. Everybody ain't fighting for money. He's fighting for something different. I'm done. You got to put some respect on Usyk's name. You can't disrespect this man, and then we go and big up other people who are not challenging themselves and knocking out C and D level fighters. You can't disrespect. You mad at a guy who didn't beat a guy who had 60 pounds on him. He didn't drop a guy that had 60 pounds on him. What are you doing?
All right, Ned.
He got busted up by Wallin. When you see Usyk busted up.
That's a lot to go after. I just said a lot to go after him, but I'll say this: when the fight, my first reaction to the fight with Chisora, I wasn't impressed because I thought Chisora threw everything at him. But then when I realized Chisora threw everything, he threw the kitchen sink, he threw the counters, he threw the cabinets, everything at Usyk. I'm just getting feedback. I don't know, it's messing me up, but I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting a lot of feedback in my headphones. So I'm gonna talk without. When I saw Usyk fight, and when I saw Usyk did not give. Oh wow, we lost G. When I saw Usyk not phased by what Chisora was throwing at him, I thought that showed he was built for this division because he can actually. He has the skills. He may not have the power, but he actually has the skills to hang with these heavyweights. And I want to see how far his skills can go against these elites. I want to see him be successful in this division.
Okay, that's a whole lot of stuff I didn't expect. So this whole thing with Usyk is becoming like hilarious to me because like I'm in between G and Trill. Like I feel what Trill says when he says Usyk dares to be great. He's challenging himself. He moved up from cruiserweight. He could have stayed at cruiserweight and just dominated cruiserweight. He could have been known as like the longest reigning cruiserweight. He could have went for all that. But instead, he decided to move up in weight and challenge himself. So in moving up in weight and challenging himself, he didn't look great against Chaz Witherspoon. Okay, that was his first fight at heavyweight, getting acclimated to the weight. Then he fought Derek Chisora, which to me, a second fight at heavyweight being Derek Chisora is a good fight. You have to look at it. Like when you look at other people's resumes, right? Derek Chisora is one of the big names on Fury's resume. Now, granted, Fury got Chisora when he was still fresh and probably better, but there's been a resurgence in Chisora. Chisora gave Dillian Whyte all he can handle until he got knocked out. And when Chisora got knocked out, Chisora was up on the scorecards against Dillian Whyte. And he had just had a point deducted. So you saw Chisora recently competing against Dillian Whyte, and he looked good. So Chisora has had a resurgence, and he's been doing well. And Chisora came in against Usyk, and he was in shape. He brought it to Usyk, but Usyk was able to weather the storm. Now, I scored that fight. It was a close fight. I had it 7-5 Usyk, right? But you can't knock Usyk. This man just moved up to heavyweight and beat Derek Chisora. There are people in the heavyweight division, I won't name them, but Derek Chisora would be one of their best wins. That's Usyk's second fight at heavyweight. So you got to give Usyk props for that. Now, where I do understand where G's coming from is Usyk hasn't looked as spectacular at heavyweight as he did at cruiserweight. And he does look like he slowed down a bit. So are there other heavyweights that could beat Usyk? And I do think there are some other heavyweights that can beat Usyk. Now, the question is Joe Joyce one of those heavyweights? And how many of the heavyweights that exist that can beat Usyk? So, for example, I would favor Andy Ruiz to beat Usyk. I used to favor Joseph Parker, but after his last performance, I'm not so sure he can beat Usyk. I think Dillian Whyte would beat Usyk, right? So those guys, I do think they can beat Usyk. So I don't think it's just the top two, but I think there are some other guys. Now, when we get to this Joe Joyce situation, I don't know. I still haven't made my decision on that fight. It's going to take Usyk slowing down. It's going to take Usyk getting tired of landing punches all night for Joe Joyce to beat him. But then again, Joe Joyce has gotten bigger. He's gotten more intelligent since their amateur fight. So has Usyk. These are two guys who are completely different fighters, and I just don't know how that fight's going to go. But to criticize like Usyk for daring to be great, I think is wrong. But at the same time, I understand feeling like Usyk is not going to be able to compete at the heavyweight level. Although, in my opinion, he's already showed that he's belonged. You call a gatekeeper for a reason, right? That's the person at the gate saying you can't come in. Once you get past the gate, you're supposed to be welcomed. So Usyk got past the gate, so I'm welcoming him to the heavyweight division. Welcome, Usyk.
Welcome, Usyk. You deserve to be there, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Look, he's trying on what you can. At least he's trying. He's doing something great. He's daring to be great. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. I mean, for real, you got to check us out on Instagram and Twitter. As soon as y'all done watching this live, go check us out on Instagram and Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
All right, people, my internet was acting funny.
Or the homies from the Ukraine was outside the crib, cut them nerves.
Watch your mouth,
That smack about Usyk is in
Watch your mouth.
My Trill is giving it to him. Cut his lines.
Man, my bad, people. I don't know what's going on. I got Comcast and everything, so this shouldn't be happening to me. So please forgive me. You know. All right. So the next topic.
Oh, you got us from there, G? All right.
Yeah. The internet seems it's funny, but it's stable. You know. Dillian Whyte says, Wilder lost his mind.
All right. Now, so you're not going to have video? You're just going to go straight audio?
Yeah, because every time I go video, it just acts a fool. So I'm just going to keep it this way.
You could definitely go wild now. You could definitely talk reckless now, G.
Well, G, you can say anything you want now.
Say anything you want.
No consequences.
You son, it's Usyk. You know what I mean? Oh, man.
Now.
Ned's back goons at my front lawn.
All right. So we're gonna set up. So these are some comments that Dillian Whyte made about Deontay Wilder.
Really box, and Wilder's lost his mind, man. The guy's lost his mind, man. I don't think he'll box again. The guy's lost his mind. His mind is completely gone. Gone. If you follow his stories and the pictures he posts and the things he's been doing and saying, the guy's lost his mind. He posted a picture the other day with a bottle of wine, a gun, and something else on the table, and candles. I was like, huh? I got word from him. I'm thinking, because the sport's a hard sport. People do crazy stuff. They lose and they do crazy stuff. So I got the word from him. I was thinking, why is the guy posting a picture, wine, glass, candles, and a gun? There's a random gun on the table with his shirt off, looking like he's stoned out of his mind. I was thinking, hopefully he doesn't blow his own brains out, boy.
I'm just looking at the picture now. This is the picture you're referring to.
Yeah, it's mad. Look, he just got like a gun right in the table. The guy's just nuts. I try to find the pictures so people can see as well.
Anyway, then he shows the picture, but basically,
there you go right there.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm showing the picture. Oh man.
Gee, man, what's your thoughts on what Dillian Whyte had to say about your boy Wilder's lost his mind and he looks stoned out of his mind, and he also picked Ruiz to beat Wilder before that. So, what's your thoughts?
Hey, listen. As of right now, it is kind of hard to defend Wilder's antics outside the ring. So, hey, I won't say he lost his mind. I just say Wilder thinks differently. You know what I mean? He's special. So, just give that boy a chance to finally let that defeat sink in and, get his mind right. So, man, poor Dillian, leave poor Wilder alone.
All right, $1 bill.
I told Wilder don't Photoshop me out of the picture. That's what he get. That's what he get. You know what I'm saying? Everybody nah. Yo, this is what I'm gonna tell. This is that was me. He just photoshopped himself in the picture. I was chilling. I'm at the crib just chilling.
That was true.
Nah, let me think. I'm rocking with Dillian. Here's my problem. I hate the fact poor Wilder. That's all I'm gonna say. That was a poor Wilder moment, okay? But here it is, right here. This is what I don't like to see. Dillian, stop talking about that man in the gym. There's only one man you should be focusing on. Please, this is get back season. I want to stop saying poor Dillian. You got only one person you should be talking about, and that's the Russian. Perfectly. Don't get caught up in the laughs. Don't get caught up. Let Wilder do what he's going to do. You focus on perfecting. Even though, listen, I feel you with Wilder, man. Something got to give. Something got to give, man. Like, listen, you need to get one of these. Holler at AJ. He'll give you the number to his therapist he got, the sports therapist, because I think you need one, my brother. I think you need one. That's not a good look. Even if you're doing enough stuff as being a champ, you gotta conceal some of that stuff, hide some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know you like guns. You can show the guns. You know what I'm saying? But everything else, man, you're the champ. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not mad at the guns. This is America. You know? But I don't know. Watch out. Watch out for perfecting. That's all I'm saying. That's what you
need.
Man, from that picture, I want to say he lost his mind. But Wilder has lost his mind with everything he's been co-signing as of late, and everything he's been doing, and all his antics. And I do agree with Dillian. I don't think Wilder wants to box because he's not. We don't hear no news about him trying to get a fight. We don't hear him nothing. And he does not come about what his next fight is. Every time he makes an interview, it's just like, you know, these guys. It's excuses. It's more nonsense. It's things outside of boxing. And he's not. I don't know. We don't see this guy training. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I just feel Wilder has lost his back in this. Like, just walk with me. He lost his back, his spine. He doesn't have nothing to really keep him up and keep him going anymore in this sport. So I don't know if Wilder is courage. If his back was his confidence and he lost it. So Wilder, I don't know what's going on with you, but you different from that right now. You're moving real funny right now, and that's all I gotta say. And G, fix your face, yo. You just look. Yo,
what did you say about Wilder's back? Man,
he lost it. He lost
his back.
He lost his back.
Pause.
Too much running. Too much running.
Oh man.
All right, so this may shock everyone. I don't want to overanalyze Wilder. I think he's getting a bad rep from this picture, and like I think it's become to the point where you do something so much, people start to see you in a certain light. So people are trying to like make Wilder out to be a clown or like whatever. But when I look at this picture, I don't see much. First, you see Complex likes it. So if you look at like Complex, so you see Complex like it is like taking a look at his king. You know, that's a joke, Complex. All right, so yeah, so take a look at the caption. Wilder says, "Let the world tell it, life ain't ish. 99 problems, but a king still rich." Right? And then it's hashtag bomb squad, hashtag happiness, hashtag bless, you know, as F, whatever, right? So look at Wilder. He has a pen in his hand and he has a book. And then this was some little rhyme. Let the world tell it, life ain't ish. 99 problems, but a king still rich. Right? That's a bar. So is he writing rhymes? Now, if Wilder was writing rhymes, right? Let's take Wilder's face off and then put what's the dude's name? Kodak Black. Put Kodak Black face on here. This is a regular day at the office, right? It's a regular day at the studio, but because it's Wilder, everyone's jumping on him, right? So how about this? Look at the jury, right? Wilder's going out with all this jury on. Look at the watch, right? He better have some protection, right? Someone might try to snatch his chain. Now, he's the heavyweight champ of the world, former heavyweight champ of the world, but you can't beat a bullet. We all know that on the block.
He carrying the right hand of God.
Right hand of God don't stop a bullet. You know what I'm saying? So he knows he needs protection, right? All I'm saying is he just look like a dude in his element.
Yo,
and,
I gotta jump in real quick. You might have nail. Now, you know what you did? You probably just hit the nail on the top of the head. He knows the Boxing Bros album is coming. That was subliminal.
Oh, I'll give it. Yo, he can have a track. He can have a verse too.
That was a subliminal. You said, Bros, or after y'all did the edits on me, it was the audits, but I call it the edits. You know what I'm saying? After they did the edits on me, they gonna drop an album. Oh, I got some balls, boy. You know what I'm saying?
10 toes down the remix. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why he had all that on the table.
Nah, but in actuality, like it seems like no big deal to me. It just seems like he's home, he's chilling, he took the jury off. You're not gonna sit down with the joint on you and let you know what I mean. So he just took. It's like he's just relaxing, and he got the pen in his hand, he got the book. So I think like people are overanalyzing it. I'm just happy that he posted the picture because it's him posting like. But now he's starting to get like. I feel like unnecessary criticism. He posted it. If you don't like the picture, cool. But like, it's like, oh, he's lost his mind. Yo, I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, that's some regular stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really see that as like he lost his mind. And the little rhyme, and he got the maybe he just wrote that like, oh, bars, feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to read in too much to that picture. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah. He's trying to respond to the Boxing Bros album coming out March 20th. Please like and subscribe. Let us know how you feel in the comment section, which some of y'all are doing, but I'm talking about the other comment section. And check us all out on Instagram and Twitter. I have my own Instagram and Twitter, so does Kaden, so does Ned, so does G, so you can follow us on our individuals. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming service. You know who you rocking with. It's the Boxing Bros.
All right,
Next one. Andy Ruiz says Joshua didn't look good in their rematch. Nerve.
I want to go first.
I got you, bruv. All right, so really, this is in response to someone put in there. Anthony Joshua said like it wasn't him in the ring on the night where he lost to Andy Ruiz, and so someone asked Andy Ruiz about it, and here's what he had to say.
Andy, first of all, I want to get your thoughts on Joshua saying to JD Official that in the first fight with you and him, it wasn't him, that wasn't really him, and you can see it on his face, on his ring walk. What do you got to say about that?
You know what? He can say whatever he wants, but the main thing is that I won him in a spectacular way, and in the second fight, what was his excuse? He didn't really look that good. I was halfway in shape and all that, and we still went the distance. He didn't hurt me, he probably cut me a little bit, but at the end of the day, everyone's gonna have their own opinion. I just thank God that.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was me again. I'm like, come on.
Oh, so is it just stop? But basically, we can stop it there. You heard what he said. He said, he beat him. And when Joshua beat him, it wasn't in spectacular fashion. He didn't look good. So, Trill Dollar Bill, what's your thoughts on Andy Ruiz saying that, Anthony Joshua say whatever you want, but he beat him in spectacular fashion. And when Joshua beat him, he didn't look good.
First of all, that fight, Joshua lost that fight because of him. We all know. I'm just going to repeat. Joshua dropped you. Was going in for the kill and got hit behind the back of the head. That's how you win the fight. He couldn't recover. Okay? You don't think you lost in spectacular fashion? AJ came out. That was a spectacular performance. Even if you go back and watch our reaction video, there was nobody saying that it wasn't spectacular. I called this performance a Muhammad Ali-ish. It doesn't get more spectacular than that. He spectacularly whooped Joe for 12 rounds. And I'm sick and tired of excuses. Oh, I wasn't in shape. I got to find the video again. I lost the link where you were saying you was going to put on extra weight so you could be able to take the punches. I said that you was putting on the weight so you could be able to land something harder. You want to push this narrative like, oh, I was out of shape, I wasn't in shape. You was in shape. You was trying to do something. You couldn't do it. AJ came out here and whooped your butt in spectacular fashion. That's what happened. Ruiz, I lost all respect for you, Ruiz. Because you made excuses at the
Oh, true. You got
savage.
Ruiz.
That's why. That's why, Ruiz. Come on, man. I hope you never get a shot now. And I liked you, Ruiz. I really liked you. But now you trying to crap on this man. Nah, man, you just sit back and wait your turn. Come on, man. This is whack. This is whack at all. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do is say, I lost to the better man, and that was the end of the day. You lost and you got beat up bad. We all call it. That was a Muhammad Ali-ish performance. He came out. He looked spectacular. Andy Ruiz didn't have no answers. Only thing he could do was make excuses, and that's it. That's it. You turn into a sucker after that. Oh, you turned into a sucker. So you can understand me better. We don't respect that because after you lost, you made excuses and you just turned into a sucker movie. You didn't listen to me, Robles. You didn't listen to, but now you got Eddie behind you, and you think that but now you gotta wait and you gotta build yourself back up. So stop using Joshua's name, okay? I'm done. For real.
All right, G.
Let me try this. Hopefully this works. All right. Maybe I'm one of the few, but I actually would like to see the Fury, the Joshua versus Ruiz. I would want to see it now that he got Reynoso in his corner. He's looking like he's taking training camp real serious. So me personally, I would like to see that fight. Now,
yeah, that source is G.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I said the source is G. I have no idea the stuff G's been saying about Ruiz's legs in the gym. But go ahead.
Listen, man. Listen, he got 6 packs in them quadriceps, man. Y'all gotta put some respect on his legs. You feel me? Pause. I'm just saying. You gotta acknowledge greatness when you see it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if he got 6 packs, but them legs looking chiseled, man. So what?
Oh man.
Yo, you see, you can't even keep it real with your own brothers. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can keep it real with your brothers. You keeping it too real.
What I'm saying is, based on how he's looking, yo, man, I would like to see an in-shape Ruiz go up against Anthony Joshua. Like they both got to win against one another. Let's just do a tiebreaker. But I understand as of right now, AJ ain't got time for Ruiz. So Ruiz is just gonna have to wait, But I understand what Ruiz is doing. You gotta keep his name in your mouth, pause, because people will forget you, and it's real. Like, hence that's why David Benavidez constantly brings up Canelo. You know what I mean? Those legs look cute. Hey man, listen. I'm just saying. The legs like that, you can death walk with me. Pause.
What are you doing?
I'm a joke.
Yes,
Actually, I can't joke no more. My bad, people. Let me get my toxic masculinity back on. You know what I'm saying? My bad. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. Get back to it.
Oops. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm just saying this, that they have to do this. There's certain fighters. It's like, why are you always bringing up another fighter's name every interview? If they don't, they're not gonna get that look. They're not gonna get the contract. So they have to keep doing it to have the audience, the fans, the YouTube world, the commentators, the networks saying like, oh, people want to see Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua. So it's all strategic, But now in regards to AJ's performance in the rematch, me personally, I won't say spectacular. I would say strategic. Spectacular is like, yo, somebody's gonna get dropped. Like, because when I think heavyweight division, I want to see somebody leaving the body bag, metaphorically speaking.
You know what I mean? So, but what AJ did strategically was the best move for AJ. He toyed with Ruiz. Ruiz had no answers, you know. So Ruiz can't talk about AJ's performance. Ruiz, your performance was horrible. Like, I was really disgusted watching that fight. After, I'm talking extra spicy before the fight too. I'm like, oh, Ruiz looking like a bodybuilder, looking like a bouncer. He about to put in work. I don't understand how he looked one way seconds before the fight. When he took off the shirt, he looked even bigger than before. I was like, yo, this is like weird. I'm like, is he wearing like what's some things, the waist trainers? I'm like, did he have that on when he was chilling with Canelo before the fight? So I don't know, but now he looks like he's taking training camp really, really serious. And so because of that, I would like to see a part 3, you know, and hopefully we'll see that before AJ, you know, what's the term? Fades away in the sunset. You know what I mean? So
rides off in the sunset.
Yeah. But again, people, I was joking. It's a joke. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? What's a joke?
Legs to the gate.
Yo, he could walk with me with those legs. I was joking. Like,
Why that still in your mind, G?
Nah, I'm reading the comments. That's why I'm reading the comments. I'm like, it's just a joke, man. Yo, people, man. Yo, trust me. I'm a clown like that.
If they don't know,
if y'all see me in real life, I joke so much. It's reckless. So
we all know that.
I'm a joke.
Yeah, I'm gonna say in the conversation, don't let that slide. All right.
Like you be sliding on back.
Hey man, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Leg squad.
I remember that too.
Huh?
I remember that, Rachel.
Hey man, listen, man. Hey man, listen. I was disgusted by Ruiz. You know what I mean? This is where me and Trill disagree. But if there's an interview out there where he said like, "Nah, I intentionally gained weight to fight AJ," it makes no sense. If he did that, then I have to be like, "Yo, you know what? Yo, I was wrong. You're an idiot because your strategy clearly made no sense." And Manny Robles, I can see why you left him because your trainer should never tell you to put on all of that weight to fight an Anthony Joshua. Like, what are we talking about here? You know, but or let's like flip flop G. It ain't me flip flopping. It's me. I didn't see that interview, so I'm assuming he came in overweight because he was partying. He was stunting. He was the first Mexican heavyweight champion, so he was acting a fool. He didn't take training camp serious. You know, he was wilding out with the Snickers and the pizza. So it is what it is, man. Leg squad versus back gang.
Hey, TBE, did you go yet, brother?
Nah, I didn't.
Oh, my bad. I threw it to you first. Go ahead, TBE.
Nah. What is it? I want to say this, Andy. Come on, you did good in that first fight. You proved yourself, and then in that second fight, you just went down the rabbit hole, and you really never came back up. So, from like G said, you look horrible in that second fight. When it came down to deciding moments in the last rounds where you knew you were losing, you did not do anything to win that fight. You look very timid. You look very you came in overweight. You were spilling over your trousers. You were spilling over. You weren't training. Like I think before like August, September when video footage came out, everybody's like, "You looking slim." I was like, "Nah, I'm not buying it." Props to the weight loss. I appreciate it now, but before I was like, "Nah, he's lying." That's the I was examining your Instagram, your social media, everything, making sure. I was like, "Yo, how's AJ gonna beat him this time?" And then the rematch, you just blew the bag. You posted a vlog the week before. You was eating pizza, wings, everything. You was just chilling with the homies, drinking brews, all of that. So I'm not hearing it when you say he didn't look good because you didn't look good. You looked terrible. You didn't come to perform, and you got beat. So to say he didn't look good in rematch, what does that make you look like? You don't look like anything. You look like a scared fighter who couldn't throw his hands. So I'm over this. It's back to you. It's to you, Kaden. There we go.
It's back to you, Kaden.
Back to me. All right. So look, man, this whole thing is funny to me. So you know, you seen what happened in the first fight. Joshua got caught in the exchange. He lost. So, Andy Ruiz, when you were unified champion of the world, you weren't motivated then? When you were unified champion of the world, had all of the belts, and you knew in order for you to keep the belts, you had to beat Anthony Joshua again. You weren't motivated? You weren't working hard? Right? I remember this, and I say this all the time. I remember this. The Mayweather Boxing Club, they were all making predictions. They were picking Andy Ruiz. He was the heavy favorite. Everyone was like, oh, Ruiz, I'm telling you, I don't see how Joshua can recover. Oh, the butt whooping. It was a topic on this show and numerous shows whether Joshua should take a tune-up for his psyche because he got beat so bad by Andy Ruiz. And that's nothing. It pales in comparison to the ridicule Anthony Joshua got because he's built looking like a chiseled statue, and Andy Ruiz looks like the last guy out of the pub. And when he beat Anthony Joshua, all you saw was the ridicule. Like, look at the big guy beat the muscular guy. And everyone's like, I'm canceling my gym memberships. He became a laughingstock. So it was another psychological damage. So everyone talking about how people are jumping on Deontay Wilder after he lost, forget how they jumped on AJ after he lost. Even Wilder was all giggling. Oh, I told you the boy was fake the jump. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. You got something?
No, I was just saying that, and that fight was so spectacular, it made you forget about it. That's why nobody ever talks about it. They never talk about how dirty they did AJ because his rematch was so spectacular, they forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to do, Coach.
Exactly. But you're right. Yo, listen, all he got was ridicule. And I remember Andy Ruiz. He's too robotic. He can't learn how to box. He'll never learn how to box. I'll always be able to catch him, right? Yep. So, can he move? Is he gonna? He can't do anything different. When they asked Andy Ruiz, and I remember watching this video, can Joshua do anything different? He can't learn how to box. He can't do anything. That's what he said. So he put on that weight, thinking at some point he was going to catch AJ, but it never happened. AJ moved for 12 rounds, kept him at bay with the jab. So for him to say AJ didn't look spectacular and you still lost, what does that say about you? AJ didn't look spectacular and you still lost. What does that say about you? You said everything when you said like this to AJ. Come fight me. You need him to make a mistake in order for you to win, Ruiz. And I don't see that changing. Despite the deadlift videos that got G all, excited.
Had G skip the gym for a couple of weeks.
You know what I'm saying? So G sees Ruiz doing them deadlifts, and he's looking at his legs, and he's just going to ignore the fact that Ruiz got his stomach tucked in the trousers. You know what I'm saying?
He just pulled it up like the lady.
He's just going to see Ruiz doing the deadlift and act like the stomach isn't tucked in the trousers. Okay, cool.
He put his fupa in his leggings. That's what he did.
Exactly. My man got on a girdle and some more stuff in there. But G's okay with that. I understand, Ruiz. You're starting to get aesthetically, you're starting to see results aesthetically. You're starting to look in the mirror. You're taking them high angles, though. Gotta hit them angles. Going now. I see you, Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? Ruiz hitting them angles. You know what I'm saying? Feeling himself. I respected Ruiz, but if you came down here, we would have saw the Homer Simpson. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I understand, Ruiz. You're feeling good. You're in there with Canelo. You just saw Canelo put in work. You just saw Ryan Garcia put in work. You just saw Oscar Valdez put in work, and it's your time. You're feeling good. You feel like you got the trainer. You feel like you got the squad. You've been doing your deadlifts, so you feel like you got a leg up on the competition. Come on, my brother.
Call FA.
Yeah, don't get too far ahead of yourself. Get back in the ring and win a fight, because you do realize Joshua has fought since you guys fought in Saudi Arabia, and you haven't. So who did that loss impact the most? You or AJ?
Poor Ruiz. It's a long climb back. Yo,
that was a long photo.
Listen, y'all know who y'all rocking with. It's the Boxing Bros. If you haven't, please subscribe and please like and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to be immature. True just said we the Boxing Blows. I was like, whoa, pause. You know what I'm saying?
You're the Boxing Blows.
Yeah, you said that. I was like, what?
Boxing Blows. You trying to make it sound pause-worthy, but it just don't catch like you walking with them legs, G. You're trying to reach. Maybe I can throw one on Trill.
Oh, man.
Legs to this day.
Legs to this day.
Fellas.
Yo, Billy Joe Saunders hospitalized with the flu. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go first on this one.
Yeah. Oh, you already know. All right, so here's the bottom line. Billy Joe Saunders has been hospitalized. And this is Boston. Billy Joe Saunders sick with the flu. Will he recover by May 8th? And so here you see Saunders ill with the flu. Billy Joe Saunders told me on my podcast that he's yet to start camp for his May 8th showdown with Canelo Alvarez, said Chris Mannix to DAZN. We got no heat and I got the flu, said Saunders. 10 days off of training. At the minute, I'm trying to get weight off. That's what he wrote, although that's not the way you spell weight, but leave it alone. All right, we haven't got time to get a game plan yet. We're still a bit away. I still got about 2 stones to take off. Once that comes off, the 24 pounds, then we can get up with a game plan. At the minute, I'm trying to concentrate on getting a bit of weight off. I'm doing the best I can, said Saunders. And so here's a picture Billy Joe Saunders posted of him hospitalized, which says 5 days left with the praying emoji. All right.
G, take us home.
G, you have said
this is your moment.
For this fight is there'll be no fight. You said that Billy Joe Saunders is going to find a way out of the fight. And now this.
I'm going to get a butt with y'all. I thought he was going to blame COVID, but influenza is the next best thing. So, hey, listen.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm talking about, I lose 24 pounds in 2 months. Bruh, it ain't happening, man. Yo, Caleb Plant, get ready, bruh. Caleb, Eddie probably already sent you a little contract. So, Caleb, I know you in the gym. I know you be focused. So, it's looking like it's about to be Canelo versus Caleb Plant in May. You know, Billy Joe, you had a great run. We get it, whatever. Hopefully, you should just give your belt to David Benavidez so I can see Canelo versus Benavidez. We appreciate you. Salute. You know what I mean?
So, G, man, you think that it's over? You don't think the fight's gonna happen?
You can't let him off that easy.
He already laid out the argument for us. He's like, yo, listen, I done got sick. I done blew up. I ain't losing weight. I ain't start training camp. Bruh, it's all the whole game plan is lined up for us. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be like, oh, I just couldn't do it. I really wanted to. But man, listen, man. Salute to Boxing Bros UK. I'm curious to see what they gotta say. Let's see who's on defender. You know what I mean? I don't really see no defenses right now. Wow, you know what I mean? Like, he's pulling your leg. Oh man, only on Boxing Bros. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen. Honestly, shoot, nah. Yo, is Boo Boo in that division? No, he's not. Okay, like, yeah, man, Billy Joe, man. Yo, salute to you, man. Like, I do like you though. I like your skills in the ring. You actually are a superb boxer, but clearly you just don't have the heart for Canelo Alvarez. So it's cool, man, bro. Like, I understand, man. Or maybe, hey, maybe you could like starve yourself, lose the 24 pounds you're talking about, You know what I mean? But then you're gonna be drained, you're gonna be fatigued. Man, listen, it's just bad for Billy Joe all the way around. Like, even if he shows up in the ring, he already established his excuses to get beat. You know what I mean? But I think what he's doing is he's setting up the game plan to back out. And I'm not mad at him. Just back out now so Caleb Plant has enough time to get ready for Canelo.
Trill Dog Bill.
Hey, I can rock with that, G, man. I can walk with you, man, because it's starting to, everything's just starting to happen, man. But I hope it doesn't happen. And I think that these are built-in excuses. And like my man Irish Boxing Bro said, he's trying to do a Fury mind games, but he ain't no Fury. You know? Look, trying to make it seem like he's not preparing or he's off or try to have the built-in excuses why he probably going to get beat or why this fight might not take place. Really, Joe, man, this can't happen every time. Every time we get there. Every time you get that name, you get there. You know what I'm saying? You find a way. I'm going to stop praising you now.
Yo, Trill, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Top boxing. What black boxer do you want us to call out? You know what I'm saying?
No, if somebody's saying we don't call out black boxers,
I'm like, you're not watching the show.
They don't watch the channel, so you don't even need to acknowledge that.
Get in tune. Rock with us. Do your homework first, man. That's what we do. You got to do your homework. Do your due diligence. Like I was saying, like
he wants us to call out Boo Boo. Like, this guy's crazy. So.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But like the Irish Boxing Bro said, he's trying to do the Fury mind games, but he's no Fury. Look, I'm gonna stop praising Billy Joe Saunders because every time it's time for that big fight or that big name fight, something happens.
Top boxing. I'm sorry, Trill. Just top boxing. How can we call out even Demetrius Andrade, Boo Boo? We can't call him out. We literally had tickets to physically be present to watch fight Saunders.
And
that not happen because Saunders tested positive for a banned substance that he claimed came from his nasal spray. So why would we call out Boo Boo? We were going to be at the fight. I was there, Trill was there, Ned was there, G was there,
and Boo Boo was there. And Boo Boo was there.
The only person wasn't there was Saunders, bro. So
even Conor McGregor showed up.
So what are we calling out?
Conor McGregor showed up and he wasn't even fighting.
Conor was there. McGregor was disappointed.
Right? Conor showed up and like,
he said, "Where Billy? Who killed Bill?"
Conor was like, "Wait, you're ishing me." And he's not fighting. Conor didn't even know.
For real. Like, what I'm saying is, man, I'm done with I'm now sad. If he pull, I'm completely done. Too many excuses, too many times. Billy Joe, you gotta fight one of these top guys so you can deserve these praises that we're giving you. We giving you these praises from beating none of the top guys. This is what we're really doing, guys. Have you noticed that? We're praising his athletic ability against the guys who's not the top guys. So I'm not going to do that no more until I see you step in the ring against one of these big guys. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and also top boxing. The reason why I brought up Caleb Plant is because Caleb Plant has a belt at 168. You know what I mean? Because I remember I want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo. But David doesn't have a belt right now. So Canelo's trying to get undisputed. So what's his name? Billy Joe has a belt. If Billy Joe can't perform right now, Caleb Plant's next up. That's why I brought up Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with race or anything. It's just
that's what I was about to say. I'm sorry, man. I got me fired up. Don't play that with. Don't play with our channel. Do not play with this. All right? I'm asking y'all respectfully. Do not play with us. Don't play that race card stuff. We do boxing here. We don't care what color you are. If you black, you white, you green. We don't care what you are. We give every fighter respect that step in that ring. And we're going to call it right down the middle. We give you our unbiased opinion on the sport that we love. Stop playing with us. Don't come in our comment section with that crap. We don't play that racism or that hatred crap.
My thing is, Dollar Bill, not even that, but you just watched us We just did, even in this episode.
Don't play.
We've shown love to everyone.
Don't
Because
play
we're
with us.
calling
Don't play with
out.
our channel.
We're calling out Billy Joe Saunders for a history of fights not happening. One in which we were supposed to attend, and now all of a sudden we're disrespectful based on race. Like, dude, stop it. You're in your feelings. If you're a Billy Joe Saunders fan, cool, I can respect that. But you gotta own that. You gotta own that. If you don't, if you know what I'm saying, so like, don't sit here and try to make things about what it's not. And I don't even want to spend too much time on that because I think most people who know understand.
They know what it is.
You know, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. But it's just like, yo, that just becomes the thing. It's like, oh, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, bro. We're talking about whether or not he's going to make it to the fight based on his history of having fights canceled for ridiculous reasons. But it is what it is. So, I don't know who it was, but whoever was talking can resume. Like,
sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Short Dog Bill. Do your thing, man.
Nah, I was just, I just hope. I know I cut somebody off just to. I'm sorry, I cut one of you brothers off. I think it was you, Kaden, man. It just made me furious, man. Like, we try so hard just to keep it real on this channel, and we're always respectful. You don't see us come out our mouth swearing or nothing like that. Just if you have a part, just do the research. It's nothing but love. This is a real community here. This is Boxing Bros. We don't play none of that crap. We're all respectful men. We're not like that at all. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was gonna say.
I think was it you, Ned?
Nah, it was Trill. Trill was going, then he went into his.
Oh, okay.
The floor is still Trill.
So,
right?
So then I guess you, Ned.
Billy Joe. So, all right. Man, like I said, this is coming, and I just looked it up again. They said he's joking around saying he ruptured his scrotum, things like that. And
whoa, yeah. Like a video like blood coming, but I didn't want to put that on the channel. But yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. Bro, hold on, I'll pull it up. Now I don't even want to pull it up. Y'all gotta look it up for yourself. But yeah.
It's saying this man ruptured his scrotum. It look like my man doing anything. He'll fight death before he fights Canelo, man. He don't want no part of that. So Billy Joe, I get it. I think he should pay back all promoting companies for putting his face on advertisement. No, damn well that money they spent to advertise him, he was not going to appear in these fights. So he should pay back all that money he took from these promoters, from these managers, everybody that took a loss on Billy Joe. He got to pay them back. They need that. So. Like I want to see the Benavidez fight. I want to see if Benavidez want to call Canelo. I want to see that fight happen. But get you a strap first, and then it happened. But maybe Canelo don't care, yo. Canelo's out here taking heads off. So if he headhunting, I'm ready for it, man. So shoot, it's entertaining right now. But Caleb, it seemed like you next. Whoever got the strap next, whoever could fill in. Let's make it happen. Let's get it popping, yo. Canelo doing his thing, yo. So, and shame on you, Billy Joe. You a sucker.
Yo, I can't. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm low key upset. Like, yo, I went to bat for Billy against G. So that means Billy, you gonna be the reason G has one up on me. That's what I'm more concerned about. Yo, Billy, I did not think you would do this, bro. Like, yo, this was the biggest fight. Like, you can't. Oh my God, dog. This fight has to happen. G can't be right. G can't be right. Wow. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm not saying that the fight is off. I don't believe that the fight's off. I think there's too much riding on it. I don't know if like Billy Joe Saunders is having like this physical, psychological breakdown because he's about to face this big task. And if that's the case, damn, this is what Canelo is doing to his opponents. Like, he's having these guys have like an actual breakdown. Now, I will say this. It does happen sometimes. Like when people are about to take like, say like the bar exam, they're about to take the boards, or they have like major events coming up where like there's a certain level of nervousness that it takes over them psychologically, but also like physically, like people throw up, they feel like nauseous, they have like these things happening to them that they can't explain. It's inexplainable. And maybe Billy Joe Saunders is going through this at the moment. But I would hope he would take advantage of the biggest fight in his career. And possibly he's going to have a chance to accomplish something that's going to make him legendary. Billy Joe Saunders wins this fight, he's legendary. I can't see him backing out of the fight. So, you know, the way I see it is Billy Joe Saunders is just having a moment. Because he said he didn't even have a chance to work on a game plan, but we just covered it. He said he's going to beat him using his brain. He said all these other guys were running. I'm going to use my brain. I'm going to stay in the pocket. I'm going to do what Floyd did. Now he's talking about they haven't had a chance to come up with a game plan. But for Billy Joe Saunders' sake, I hope that this is all things he'll be able to recover from. He'll be able to have the fight. This may be a built-in excuse, but you know how I feel about it. You step in that ring, there's no excuses. But if he pulls out of this fight, I don't see him getting another big fight. It just be a huge black eye on him because you have numerous incidents like the nasal spray, like his insensitive comments about women. And if he pulls out of this fight, it's just going to be one of those deals where people are not going to mess with Billy Joe Saunders because you cannot have faith he's going to show up, or you cannot have faith that the fight's going to happen. And people spend money promoting, people spend money booking. Canelo's putting his future on the line. Eddie Hearn, everyone involved, and then he just decides to do something and the fight doesn't happen. Like us with the tickets. We were so excited to see him, man. I was so excited, and then bang, it doesn't happen. So if this fight doesn't happen, it's going to be a huge blow to the career of Billy Joe Saunders that he may never recover from.
Yeah, like you were saying, man, Canelo has this ability to beat fighters before the fight even starts. And I hope this isn't the case. You know what I'm saying? Please like and subscribe, man, and make sure y'all check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I see in the conversation y'all letting us know how you feel. Much respect to you guys.
All right.
Yeah, so next up, we got Thurman said Pacquiao's hands felt like cement.
All right, let me pull that up.
I just like to say, yo, top boxing, it's all love, bro. I get misunderstood all the time, too. You know what I mean? So, welcome to the club.
Yeah, G gets misunderstood. I think it was perfectly understood the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, I'm showing. You guys can see it. Okay. Where is it at? All right, here it goes. Former welterweight world champion Keith Thurman has described the power punches he faced from former opponent Manny Pacquiao in 2019. The pair met in a hot summer at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, with Pacquiao dropped Thurman in the first round. Pacquiao then went on to see out a decisive 12-round points win, after which Thurman was the subject of several rants by former Mike Tyson trainer Teddy Atlas. The outspoken coach and podcast presenter hinted at something untoward going on with Pacquiao and reopened old unproven wounds aimed at the Filipino senator. As for his view on what Atlas said about performance enhancement drugs, Thurman gave a candid response. Listen, I did not regulate any form of testing in that fight. Thurman exclusively told World Boxing News he did not do the majority of his camp. He did do the majority of his camp in the Philippines, and his hands felt like cement. So, Teddy, you tell me. My focus is on how to train and show up. Teddy sounds like he knows a few more things about the industry than I do. My question is, what do you have to do to beat Keith Thurman? So basically, Thurman is saying, like, sounds like Teddy knows a little something, and he's not denying it. He's basically saying, well, his hands did feel like cement, and he did train in the Philippines, so it sounds like he's egging it on, or he's promoting it a little bit. So I'm gonna turn this over to Conspiracy G. What's your thoughts on Thurman? Thurman's reaction to Atlas accusations that Pacquiao was using PEDs.
Man, all right, listen. Yo, Philippines, don't come at your boy. But I do believe that Pacquiao been on the juice. So it is what it is, you know. But in regards to that cement stuff, I don't know about all of that. But that's his fault. I'll say, Thurman, if you didn't want to exercise, you know, VADA or whatever, you know, for that fight, then, bro, you can't blame nobody but yourself, you know. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, listen, you ain't a cheater until you get caught, you know. So Pacquiao hasn't got caught yet. So I guess, you know, what I'm saying is alleged, you know. Allegedly, he's a PED user. But I don't have evidence. I'm just based it off of his performance and his age and how he moves in the ring, all the punches that he throws, you know what I mean? Like, can't use his passport. I mean, no, listen, I don't want to go to the Philippines because I know they're coming for me right at the airport, you know what I mean? But I'm going to say this. I believe a lot of fighters, I always say this, I think all of them are doing something, you know what I mean? Like, as long as they can get away with it, they're going to try it because everybody wants that advantage against their opposition. We're talking about millions of dollars being invested in the sport. Like, come on, man. These are some big contracts. These are some big paydays. Dudes aren't trying to lose. So if they could take nasal spray, if they could, you know, take a steak from some location that they're not supposed to have, or some type of boar meat, or some type of spiced up bacon bits, you know what I mean?
Jack 3D.
That Jack, you know what I mean? Dudes
from Turbo Chain.
They don't do whatever. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I just don't understand why like people are so like defensive about these fighters when it's like, yo, come on. Like, think about it. I think people think a PED, a performance enhancing drug, is just a needle to their backside or something. You know what I mean? Like, nah, it could just be a pre-workout that these fighters know they're not supposed to take, but they're taking it anyways because they know, hey, I need to lose weight. I'm gonna take this and hopefully I'm gonna drink enough water to flush it out my system. And then they get caught, you know? Like, so would I call those people cheaters? Probably not. However, it's still a performance enhancement drug. This is where me and Thurman kind of part ways. I don't believe Pacquiao's loading his gloves at all. You know what I mean? Like, if that was the case, I believe Pacquiao would have been got caught. So Thurman talking about his hands felt like cement. Maybe because, yeah, he was punching you pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that doesn't mean that he was cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, cheating in regards to loaded gloves. I don't believe that. So I think Thurman, man, and this again, it's just bad when you see another PBC fighter coming up with an excuse after a loss. You know what I mean? Like, first we had Ruiz, then we had Wilder, now Thurman. It's like, fam, take y'all L's, bro. It's all right, man. You know, so. But salute to Thurman, definitely salute to Pacquiao, and salute to Boston Bros, Philippines. Please don't kill me. You know what I mean? Like, I have love for all of y'all, man. I really do.
All right, Dog Bill.
Yo, I'm not even gonna entertain none of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I feel about excuses. You know? Let's talk about you, Thurman. You didn't give yourself a chance to win that fight. You was taking this like this was a game. The reason why I say you was taking this as a game, because you was up gambling 4 o'clock in the morning. Before the biggest fight of your life. You up gambling. They had to take my guy and call out all the people around you to call them BAN. BAN. That's what he had to call them. Say, all of y'all are BAN. Because this man got the biggest fight of his life coming, and y'all all sitting around him gambling, chewing dice. Let's not put it on the great Manny Pacquiao. You want to put all these excuses? Yeah, people been talking about the PED stuff for years. He didn't get caught. They ain't say nothing. He failed anything. You lost. Take it on the chin. You lost. Okay? Maybe the next time you're not going to be hanging with Adrian Broner and your crew, you know, drinking and playing. And I don't know if you was drinking, but I know your mans and was drinking, having a good time on your expense. having a good time. Bring me another Hennessy and cranberry on the champ. That's what was happening. And you went in there and you lost. So stop with the excuses. Stop trying to crap on Manny Pacquiao and just say you lost. You didn't fight to your capabilities, and that's it. All right. Now try to get a fight with somebody, one of these other guys, because I'm done. Once you make an excuse, I have nothing to say.
TBE.
Man, Keith, I think that's really corny of him to like come out and say this now. Like, man, I honestly, I'm not a fan of Keith Thurman at all. I think he's a corny boxer. I think he's least talented of everybody in his division, and I feel it's about to be almost 2 years since you've been in the ring. You inactive for a while. You're listed as inactive. I don't know, man. It's just like, if you're not going to like this is just nonsense. What's your point of saying this? You're not trying to run it back with Pacquiao. You don't know when your next fight is. You called out Crawford, but you know you outpricing yourself. And I'm just saying, Keith, cut the crap, yo. Shut up. I'm tired of you.
So it's very interesting, right? Because this is around the time when Shane Mosley, admitted to taking the EPO, and you can go online and see his deposition where Shane Mosley admits that he was taking EPO. And EPO helps like bring oxygen to the blood so that you're able to perform high intense workouts longer. So like if you take a look at there's a documentary on Lance Armstrong where he's doing like Tour de France, and he's like days in and he's just riding his bike and he doesn't even look like he's tired. And you look at everyone around him and they're gasping for air. So like blood doping was this thing. They were like blood doping, taking EPO, right? So that they can have more stamina to ride the bikes. Now this isn't a physical like combat sport. It's not like football. It's not like you're hitting another person, right? But they're doing this because it increases their stamina, their oxygen input. It allows them to perform high level, high intensity longer, right? So you had guys like Shane Mosley taking like EPO at the time. So this was happening in boxing, was prevalent in boxing, and Floyd Mayweather and a lot of other people knew this. So what Floyd was saying, or meaning Pacquiao, was if they had to fight, there had to be random blood and urine testing for the fight. Now, meaning Pacquiao said that he was like allergic to needles or afraid of needles. That's where this whole thing happened. Oh, needles would make him weak. So people started to say, well, what's going on? Then they looked at the fact that Pacquiao was moving up in weight and running through guys like Miguel Cotto, Antonio Margarito, Joshua Clottey, all these big guys. And they were like, yo, this little dude is taking all these shots and he's hurting these big guys. And so Mayweather was saying, okay, if you want to beat me, just beat me fair and square. So we're going to have this blood and urine testing. And so for a long time, that's what prevented the fight from happening. And so that's where a lot of people started saying, well, Manny Pacquiao is cheating. Manny Pacquiao's using PEDs. I myself will admit I found it sketchy at the time. Why not just take the random blood and urine test? Because, like, if you're clean, you're clean. So, but at the same time, just because you're clean doesn't mean you need to take a test. A prime example would be if you get pulled over by a cop and they say take this test. You should take no tests. You should decline all tests. Even if you could pass it, you should decline it. Right? So I'm not saying you should take every test, but in this instance, for the biggest fight that could be made, why not take the test, right? So Manny Pacquiao gets labeled as a drug cheat, and people start saying that they think he's on PEDs. The reason why all this is relevant is all this was out before he ever fought Floyd Mayweather, in which he agreed to take the drug test in the fight Floyd Mayweather. So years later in 2019, when he decides to fight Keith Thurman, you're already privy to all this information. You already know all this information. And yet and still, you agreed to fight the guy without him having to take any drug testing. So I say this, even if he was on drugs, I don't care. Because you knew the history. You knew the history, and you still chose to fight him without random blood and urine testing. You know, so the way I see it is maybe you intentionally turn the other cheek. And if you intentionally turn the other cheek and you get beat, you don't get to say, oh, well, you know, the other thing, his hands felt like cement. Now, PEDs will do a lot of things, but I never heard of making your hands feel like cement. So are you alleging something else? Are you alleging like loaded gloves? See, at the end of the day, for me, Manny Pacquiao has never had a positive test.
Innocent to proven guilty.
Yeah. So regardless of what people are saying or what you may think or what I may believe, it's not fair for me to criticize him based on they're doing all this testing. They're doing all these tests. I hear people say, oh, I hear people accuse Floyd of being on PEDs. Again, never tested positive, has been taken. But there have been people who pop positive. So people have been messing up. You know the motto already. You know the motto we live by here. Be good or be good at it. If Pacquiao's good at it, he's damn good at it. Okay, because he ain't never got caught. And in your case, he didn't even have to be good at it because you never had testing in the first place. So I don't want to hear nothing, Keith Thurman. Even if he cheated, it's your fault that he cheated because you never asked for testing in the first place. So shut the crap up. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we feel.
Actually, bro, that's the last topic too.
Yeah, and y'all know
it's not. It's not the last topic. It's the last topic, but
yeah. And they know who they rocking with. You know they rocking with the Boxing Bros. And I hope that all of y'all please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I hope that y'all all go to our social media and go link up with us on Twitter and on Instagram. And also, if you happen to miss any of our podcasts, y'all can check us out on any all major streaming services. And you know, we the Boxing Bros.
All right, so now this is the last one, and I'm hoping everyone that this will actually bring us together because I'm looking at the comments and it's looking kind of chaotic. And
really?
The last one, rest in peace, marvelous Marvin Hagler, man. You know.
Yeah. So if you don't know, marvelous Marvin Hagler passed away yesterday. He was having difficulty breathing. He was rushed to the hospital. They're not sure if it was, C-19, but we lost the legend. So we're just gonna go around, and we're gonna pay our respects to the legend. So I'll start this one off with Conspiracy G.
Yeah, one thing that I definitely like about Hagler's legacy is no one has anything negative to say when he was fighting and after he was fighting. Like, he's almost like the Juan Manuel, what's his name? Damn, how come I just got his name? Mexican dude. Help me out here, guys.
Wait, is alive or dead? What are you saying?
No, he's alive. He's alive. And his son.
Julio Cesar Chavez?
Yeah, thank you. Julio Cesar Chavez, right? Like, the way people acknowledge him is the same way they acknowledge Hagler. Where it's like, no one had anything negative to say about this guy. He took on the dangerous fights. He kept the same team. He always showed love and respect to everybody in the sport, and it's crazy because they're 60, I believe it said 66 or 67 he died.
66.
66, man, that's young, and just prayers go out to his family, his loved ones, like, dude provided excellent fights. Like him against Hearn, even the Sugar Ray fight, that was controversial, so, great man, came from Brockton, Brockton's like right down the street from Boston, so, man, salute to Marvelous, man, like, you'll be missed.
All right. Ned.
Now, I just want to say rest in peace to Marvin Hagler, I wasn't even thought of when you was fighting, man. But you know, like I seen your highlights, seen your clips, and you know, you put on for the city, you put it on for Massachusetts, and I want to say, as you transgress, move on. We honor you.
Transcend.
Thank you.
All right, true dollar bill.
62 wins, 52 KOs, 3 losses, 2 draws. All right, cool. I didn't have the best childhood ever. It was brutal, right? But I always remember when I started boxing, right? Watching boxing. There was Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas the Hitman Hearns, and Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Right? I was a big Thomas the Hitman Hearns fan because my mom liked him and Kamaka. Right? When he beat Hearns, I was devastated. But I was like, this guy is a monster. And he had a great personality. Not only was he a warrior, he had a great personality. I'm old. I remember watching him on a show called Punky Brewster. With Chalet Moonfry. And the champ was on there and he came to the school and he was showing his belt. And this was about the fight before he fought Sugar Ray. And he lost that fight. Many people thought he won that fight. You know, Ray stole those last 30 seconds. You heard what his man would say 30 seconds. Ray would throw the flurries. And he stole that fight. Marvin Hagler was disgusted. Right? Let me just tell you how great Marvin Hagler was. I mentioned this record, he had 3 losses, right? And 2 draws. Did I tell you he was a warrior and he was a dog? Because in those 2 draws and the losses, he avenged those losses in the draws. Spectacular fashion. These guys would beat him by a split decision. The next fight he get him, they'd beat him by TKO. Or he's winning in unanimous decisions. Don't believe me? Go check his record. The only get back he couldn't get was against Ray. Because Ray was, you know, calling the shots, disappearing, retiring, coming back, retiring. He fought when he wanted. Like he told Duran, like, hey, I didn't fight you right after because I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Boxing lost a legend. Boxing lost a warrior. He had a come forward, kill mentality. He's a fighter. He's what a fighter is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the definition of a fighter, definition of a warrior. I agree with you guys. I see you guys going in. Still, I can watch Hagler and Hearns to this day. Back to back, after back to back, back to back, and watch that fight. That second round, the best second round ever in boxing. Man, my heart goes out to him and go out to his family. He will be missed and we will forever talk about you. You are a legend and you earn that name. A legend. We throw that around a lot, but you are a certified legend and you deserve all the accolades, everything. You deserve a movie. And you came out of fighting out of here. Massachusetts. Rocking. He rocks with you over here. So my condolences to my brothers, because I know they feel the same. You know what I'm saying? To your family and to your friends, champ. You're definitely a legend.
Yeah, so like this is difficult because when I started to get into boxing, Marvin Hagler was already retired. Now I know that he was born in New Jersey, but he moved to Brockton when he was a young man, and he learned how to box in Brockton. And when I was talking about boxing, I found out about Marvin Hagler because my dad told me to watch Hagler versus Hearns. Said like it was the most brutal 3 rounds he ever seen in his life, because we were talking about boxing. And he said, "Oh, you don't know nothing about boxing. You ever see Hagler versus Hearns?" And I said, like, "Nah, that's the most brutal 3 rounds." And I'm like, whatever. It's my dad, so like, I want to disagree with him anyway. So I'm like, whatever. But then I went and I watched it, and I'm like, yo, these dudes are going in, right? So naturally, like, like with music, like if you're introduced to a new genre of music or a new artist, you see one thing you like, so you want to keep looking it up. So like I said, all right, I'm gonna look up more fights. Now watch Hagler, Duran, Hagler Hearns. Hagler Hearns turned into one of the biggest debates that I always had with my dad, because I'm like, yo, Hagler won. Hagler won. Not Hagler Hearns, but
Leonard and Hagler.
Hagler Leonard, yeah. So Hagler Leonard, I said Hagler won. Oh, Leonard won. Leonard was out. Leonard came back, made it look easy. I'm like, what are you talking about? That little pity pat, garbage shots, like, yeah. So we will always have that debate. But I thought Hagler. I thought Hagler won. But the other thing about Hagler that I always loved was his swag. Like Hagler had like swag. He always had on like the fly little track suits, the little fly hats. He had the baldy, so he had like the little fly hats or whatever. The rings, had the little chains. That's like, yo, Hagler's swag was crazy. But later on in life, something I never made this connection, but I learned how to box in Goody Petronali's gym in Brockton. So I used to go this Irish roofer. I love him, but I won't say his name because he kicked us out of the gym. But like he used to drive me to Brockton. G's laughing because he remembers that. He used to drive me to Brockton every weekday, to Goody Petronali's gym, and we would train. And Goody was like such a great man, such a nice guy. And I just knew these guys, and there were so many pictures of Marvin Hagler in the gym and everything. But I a young kid, I never really paid attention. And then later on, I found out that Goody, the guy who was helped teaching me how to box, trained Marvin Hagler. That's why I found out, like, I'm actually learning from the guy who trained Marvin Hagler. And that's when my mind was blown. In Brockton, Massachusetts. Here's a picture. There's me at Goody Petronali's gym. And you see I'm in the ring with Peter McNeely. And he was there working out. He used to come there and work out sometimes. As you see, I'm in Goody Petronali's gym. And so from that moment on, like, I was always influenced, always inspired. And, the thing that's crazy is, in many ways, when the announcement came, I started to see how much I took from Hagler, watching his fights, like his swag, the way he handled certain situations. And so, I would say to his family that he's gone, but the things he's accomplished will last forever. The people he inspired, not just in Brockton, not just in Massachusetts, but worldwide. There were people worldwide who were impacted by him. What he's done, like, the man will live forever. So for that, we could all at least celebrate what he's accomplished, his impact, and the way he will continue. Because you look at Kovalev had the war hat on. You see War Chizora's like Marvin Hagler 2.0, basically, when you look at like his swag.
Yeah, he posted the picture of Marvin Hagler on Instagram with the war hat.
Like, so he's gonna live forever in all of us. So
he was a monster, bro. His co-sign, you remember that fight? Watching that fight, he was like, "Come on, Ray, in the middle of the ring. Come on." Ray was like smiling like. This was plain and day for people to see. So if you want to know who won that fight, You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, this is like a battle during the Civil War. Look, he lost the battle, but he won the war. You know what I'm saying? That's what it basically was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember.
He won the war.
And I remember Goody telling stories about that. Said like when they were driving up the street and people saw it was Marvin, they just kept yelling, "You kicked his A, Marvin! You whooped him, Marvin!" Like everyone was telling Marvin that he won.
Yeah.
So you know, I could go on. I'm gonna stop here because like I don't want to ramble. I just you smile through the pain sometimes and you just try to keep it going. But I do feel like we lost a legend too soon, and that sucks.
Yeah, definitely. Please let us know how you feel. And please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm Trill the Commission Dollar Bill, and that's my man G. And that's the E, and that's my bro Caden. And we are the Boxing Bros. Much respect, much love. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Hey.